Hello everybody, and welcome back to another day of Gloomhaven. Sorry for the 15-minute delayed start. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties that we had to deal with. But we're here now, and we can get started. Just got to stop the stream on these other channels. I'm on my monitor. All right, there we go. So let's get into it. Today we'll be doing scenario 81. There are a couple of reasons for doing this. First of all, it's a boss fight, which is pretty fun with this party. I mean, this party is quite good for boss fights, and who knows if our next party will be, so it makes some sense strategically to do them now. It's also good for us because oops, I need to open the chat here. Sorry, if anyone messaged in chat all the way down, anyone already has. I missed it because I didn't have the chat open. But it's also good for us because it contains both sun and night demons, which are things that the Tinkerer needs to kill. So yeah, we're gonna do this. Let's see, we need 5 stone pillars, 1 altar. Sorry, I'm a little bit off. I've been trying to stream for a little while and just haven't been able to get it working, and so I'm just a little bit flustered after that, but I'll do my best to focus up and get into this. All right, so we've got 5 stone pillars, 1 altar, and then we have 6 of the poisony traps, which will be poison and immobilize. All right, easy enough. Good afternoon, Isio. I hope you're having a nice Christmas Eve, or whatever this day may be relative to your personal preference. All right, and then we've got 2 doors. A nice day. Should actually not change that one first. All right, getting everything started there. Good to go. Do you have any last minute shopping to do? Fortunately, I did not. It's going well. I mean, other than just getting a little bit of a late start here, I would say it's going quite well. Well, uh, my my fiance, so the mother-in-law is here staying with us for the holidays, which is, I don't dislike her. She's nice. It's just, I don't know, kind of know how that goes, I guess. Anyone who's had some experience with this, yeah, it's different. Let's go with that. All right, so we've got sun demons and night demons in the first room. Let's shuffle these things up. How many do we have of each? Playing 3 players. So we've got 2 night demons and 2 sun demons. 1 elite, 1 regular in both cases. Oh, it didn't shuffle here first. Did we shuffle here? Yeah, whatever. I think we did. Maybe we didn't. It doesn't really matter that much. With just 2 enemies on the board, it's not going to change a whole lot. All right. So that goes there. And that goes there. And then this goes here. And this goes here. Got a coin as well, just 1, right? Which is here. No, 1 above. So then one of our treasure chests is also here. This is interesting. ECO, I guess, we'll get started today like we start every day. So normally, if the goal for a scenario is to pick up a chest, the chest is placed at the beginning of the scenario because goals are placed. That being said, here the chests are actually goals, but they're not actually but they're not the goal of the scenario. So would I place the chest in the second room or not? This would be my question. It doesn't really matter, obviously, in terms of how I'm going to play the scenario, but I am just kind of curious as a more general question. Yeah, there are 2 pillars in here. If the special rules mention them, let's see if it does mention both of them. Looting the second treasure tile gives the character. Yep, yeah, you're right. So yeah, that does make sense then that we should place both of them. Since the rules refer to them, they should probably already be placed. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, and then we've got I should have placed this first, obviously, because it's going to be more difficult to place with both those there. All right, voila. Okay, so I think we have the room set up. So now we need to do our city and road events. So let's take care of that. Did it change the screen? Yes. I think both of these suck. I don't really want prosperity though. Yeah, I definitely don't want prosperity. All right, let's go with the non-prosperity option. This is kind of crappy as well, but all right, we gain 10 experience each, and now we won't do that. I mean, I guess it's not nothing. 10 experience. It's just it feels bad because being given the choice between 10 experience and 1 prosperity for a city event, and I mean at this point, I imagine most people who are experienced with the game know which one it is. It is a recurring one. So it becomes quite familiar. The natural inclination is always to take the prosperity, right? One's prosperity is intrinsically so much more valuable than 10 experience for everyone, I would say. But yeah, once I get to 5 prosperity, I really just don't want any more prosperity. So I think now I would rather just take the experience. Theoretically, this can be bad in the long run because we kind of want the 1 prosperity there every single time we can get it to get as much prosperity as possible before we run out of the ability to gain prosperity. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes. All right. So we need our battle goals. Yeah, so we're still doing them for the Mindthief because we get a free donation. I guess we don't really even want donations, but it gives a bless, so why not? Loot no money tokens or treasure overlay tiles during the scenario, or have 3 or fewer cards at the end. Ugh, 2 check marks is tempting, and it is normally easy for the Scoundrel to, I mean, for the Scoundrel, for the Tinker not to loot anything. Ooh, 2 check marks does give us a perk. Let's have a look. So what did the rules say? Do we know actually what they do yet? No, I don't think we do. I don't remember exactly what they do. Last time didn't go. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's more just because we forget. Theoretically, it's easy. All right, at the start of every round, move the light and dark elemental tokens to the strong column and move fire, ice, wind, and earth to the inert. Ooh, so it's going to be more difficult for the Mindthief to use ice than usual. It would have to be created by someone else. So ice creation is less relevant, and ice using things are a little bit less relevant. It's not such a big deal. At this point, we really only have frigid apparition. And frigid apparition is already good because it's just an attack 6. Looting the first treasure tile gives the character the Crystal of Zenith. Looting the second treasure tile gives the character the Sphere of Midnight. These are not items, but having them will be useful in this scenario. Yeah, I think one of them like stops mind control. I don't remember exactly what both of them do, to be honest. I know that I definitely want both of them because they're both helpful against the boss. I think. Oh yeah, actually, I can look at his abilities. I think. Or maybe they don't let him use elements. Maybe it was that. I don't remember exactly. Or we can consume an element with one of them, something like that. It's been a while. Anywho, it's probably useful to. I mean, we could have anyone pick them up then, I think, but I wouldn't mind having one of them on the Tinker. Yeah, 57 HP is pretty small. Also one-shottable. But I suppose theoretically, if he heals himself for 7 or shields or goes invisible, then it's a little bit different. But I think we can stop some of that with those items. So he's immune, or the things he's not immune to are immobilize, and that's it, right? There are 6 negative conditions normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, and he has 5 immunities. Why do I always think there are 7? What is the other one? No, there's only 6. Oh no, because curse. Yeah, so there are 7. So what is the other one that he's not immune to? He's not immune to disarm. Oh yeah, it's because he doesn't really ever attack. Yeah, curse doesn't have tokens. So yeah, there are 7. And disarm he's also not immune to. Anyway, that doesn't really matter too much. Just interesting to look at. This is tough. So we just pick up the 2 chests with the Mindthief and the Scoundrel. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I mean, 2 check marks is nice. Let's go for it. We shall try to remember this time. We're indignant about not getting this last time, so we're going to go for it again. So we have to be... we have to loot a treasure overlay tile. I mean, I guess the Mindthief also doesn't care about check marks at this point, really, but still. If the Tinker is not, then we are, so... Take only short rests or kill 1 or more elite monsters. Yeah, let's try to kill 1 more elite monsters. We've got 2 elite monsters already in the first room, so that seems very doable. How good is 1 check mark for us? Well, doesn't get us quite there, but that's okay. All right. Let's set up our healths. 18 health, 14 health, 18 health. All right. So we need to decide which cards to bring. What were our base decks before? We just need to see if there are any changes that need to be made. So yeah, the ice being impossible to use. I mean, Dark Frenzy is just a good bottom anyway, and Frigid Apparition is still, I mean, especially with Enhanced Frigid Apparition. I suppose for this scenario, if I didn't have, I mean, if I had the Versatile Dagger and I had an Enhanced Frigid Apparition, I'd probably not bring it because the only way it's getting used is with a Mana Potion from the Tinker, since we can't carry over Ice. And that's pretty narrow. I mean, that would just be one time. So I think in that case, it would not be worth it, since anything could be an attack 5. Without the Versatile Dagger, this is still our highest attack. But here it's an attack 6, so even with the Versatile Dagger, it's still our highest attack. I mean, highest single attack. Obviously, Corrupting Embrace is similar and maybe even better, but yeah, so we should still bring this. So the traps are reasonably valuable. What was it again? Is it stun? No, it's poison and immobilize. Yeah, actually, that's pretty garbage. Some pretty bad traps. So we don't really care that much about having push. So yeah, that makes our deck building really simple. We just take all our best cards and we can ignore the push. Great. I guess push is still useful for executing, huh? Huh. That is a consideration. How is the room laid out? Yeah, so we've got this one, we've got to move away. Ugh, yeah, that is very valuable for executing. Maybe we should bring it. Well, let's see. I guess our deck shouldn't need too much tinkering, pun intended, simply because they were previously made for a boss fight, and we're just gonna have another boss fight here. Anything that consumes dark is also better than normal. Mindthief can execute every normal enemy. That's true, he can actually. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's just so cheesy. You're right though. We don't even need to play around feedback loop. I mean, sorry, Visage if we can just use Phantasmal Killer's top. Hmm. Well, I mean, I guess that's still correct, so I guess we'll do that. Just give me 1 second. I just have to respond to something. Okay. All right. So do we have any changes? Oh yeah, we've got Noxious Vials, which we didn't bring last time. Do we want Noxious Vials? Yeah, probably. It's pretty nice. Probably don't want either of these cards. So what would we replace for Noxious Vials? Net Shooter. Yeah, definitely. We don't need this in here. This was more just for a specific scenario. This does put our initiative worse. We got 18, 17, 20, so 3 good initiatives, and now 36. I think that's still fine. All right, and as for the Scoundrel, we're just going to keep the exact same deck we kept last time, I think. Or execute. I mean, I guess if the Mindthief can literally just execute 1 per turn, then there's really not any reason to even bother with Visage, huh? Ugh, it feels so bad. Well, I guess the Mindthief deserves some time in the spotlight, right? So in that case, if we're not bringing Visage, what do we want to bring? I guess we can bring Backstab in that case to have a backup for just in case we do somehow lose Stick to the Shadows, although hopefully that won't happen. In that case, no, we still want Smoke Bomb because of the top for the boss. All right, this looks good. So special rules, there's nothing that actually affects us. Our starting locations are these 6. All right, and we do want to try to give the elite kills to the Tinker. All right, so the Mindthief, as we said, can literally just go kill the regular Night Demon there immediately by starting Phantasmal Killer's top. Usually Phantasmal Killer's top doesn't work for us because we can't create dark consistently enough since we only have one other instance of dark creation. But obviously here, since there's constantly light and dark, yeah. Yeah. So I guess go as early as possible. Yeah, it makes sense to go at 5, simply because the Night Demons can go at 7. So we could use our 7 as well, but our 7's actually a really good top here since, again, we always have dark. So what does the Scoundrel want to do? So we also always have dark, but we don't actually have it this first turn since the Mindthief is going to use it. So we've got to wait a turn to use our dark-based attack. The Tinker is surely using Stun Shot. No world in which we're not stunning that elite Light Demon up, Sun Demon up here. And then what else are we using? Probably just our bottom attack to go with it. And then we can disarm one again next turn. That seems fine. So then what is the Scoundrel doing? We don't really have anything that's very effective that we can actually do in a situation like that. What if the Mindthief goes... No, we can't make it to execute the other one, even if we wanted to. All right. So Spring the Trap is not good, the top here, because there's just one trap to throw. It doesn't do much. And we could like run up and throw the trap to immobilize one of them, but just by running up to them, we're making it easier for them to hit us. We can pull one back, but it's getting wounded anyway, so getting the adjacency bonus for open the wound kind of sucks. And then this is just an attack 5 anyway. But I guess, I mean, that is just where we're at. It's probably just doing an attack 5 on it. All right. So I guess we can just pull it back. Pulling it back is good because it allows us to attack it without having to move up at all, which makes it easier for us to avoid being attacked by the enemies in the back. Also, by pulling it up to here, we're taking one of the spaces that they can attack from. And it should hopefully be stunned, so otherwise we can always play around differently. Worst case scenario, if we see it's going to go before 20 and it's not going to get stunned, we can try to use a summon. The nice thing is, since we have Noxious Vials, we can always get our summons back now. Well, we can always get the Falcon back. So I guess we have to be careful to make sure that's the summon we use. All right, let's go. That's powerful. Well, it'll be stunned. I think the other one shouldn't. Will it? 3 movement and 4 range? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. That's annoying. That is quite potent. Quite potent indeed. Well, we need to go execute that regular, so it doesn't really matter what we do. I mean, doing anything different here. We could use ham, but there's also no reason for that. All right, so we're just going to move up with Cranium Overload as a move. Generic move 5, whatever. It doesn't change anything. Oh, it's like a knight up here. Oh, so it's just a normal that'll attack us from back there. All right, maybe that's okay. Well, maybe not. We'll see. And then we're going to activate Phantasmal Killer as our augment, and on our melee attacks, kill one normal target instead by consuming dark. So this and this, and so we will consume the dark. This is active, and execute IU. What was our thing again? I guess looting a treasure overlay tile. Okay. So we're done. Oh, whoops. It's actually the Scoundrel first. How much does he move as well? -1, so 4. So he's never making it to us. So let's see. If we pull this to here and fight it, again, this is... Oh no, so it's a normal back there, so I counted its movement by 1 too much. So there's only 2 movement. So we're just barely good, right? Okay, so you can go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I was confusing the regular and the elite. Yes, so it isn't a regular back there, and it's an elite up in front. Perfect. So in that case, if we pull this to here and hit it, we will not be... I guess the fact that we're pulling it kind of sucks though, huh? But if we go up there and attack it, yeah, it's just going to give the Scoundrel, the Tinker, a disadvantage, but I guess that's fine. I mean, yeah, so if we pull it and hit it here, we will be out of range of this, and this one will be stunned, and this one won't make it to us either. So, okay, yeah, let's just do that. So we will, in fact, I mean, technically the Mindthief hasn't gone yet, but it doesn't really matter. We'll use the bottom of Smoke Bomb as a pull 2, pulling him here, and then we'll use the top of Flanking Strike, gaining 1 experience and making an attack 5. Nothing special to use here. Nice. So 7, I think has 2 shield, right? Yep, 2 shield. Oh, I've got to actually set their health. This is an elite, which means it has 22 health. And we did 7 minus 2 for the shield, so 5, putting it down to 17. Okay, and then the regular Sun Demon, which is down here, has 15 health. And the elite Night Demon down here has 21 health. All right. So we're done, and we're done. So then it's the Tinker's turn. Yeah, I mean, we could move away in ham to not have disadvantage on this, but I think it's still just better to attack. So we'll do, I guess, our bottom attack first and then our top attack, both targeting the adjacent Sun Demon, so both with disadvantage. No reason to use anything special, though. Of course I attacked in the wrong order. Of course. Alright, so neither attack does any damage because the bigger one misses. God, I'm so bad at picking orders. That's why we don't do that, typically. I should just rely on chat for everything. Alright. So we've got stun and wound on him, and we did nothing with our bottom action. So then the Night Demon goes. So just the elite has -1 movement. So 4 movement since it's an elite. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And then the Sun Demon is going to go 2 movement and make an attack for advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, targeting all enemies at range. So attack for advantage just on the Mindthief. Okay, yeah, that's advantage for you. All right. So our 4 becomes a 6, and we take 6 damage on the Mindthief. It's the other round, and these elements will be up there again. All right. Oh yeah, and so he loses his stun, takes 1 from his wound. It's interesting seeing people. I'm not sure if you saw the discussion on the time value of damage, but people saying that wound does 1 to 2 damage. Not my wounds. I would say, I mean, I guess it really depends on the enemies, obviously. I guess it's kind of more of an average. But you also more typically wound large enemies. Smaller enemies you don't care so much. But I guess that still is the value of the card. But I mean, for example, here, this wound I would say is easily dealing 3 damage. Easily. All right. So we have jump. So we'd have to go here. Yeah, that's fine, I think. So we need to jump ski. And we need to go early. It sucks that they can go at 7, and they didn't. They reshuffle. Oh no, it's the night teams that can go at 7, so that doesn't really change anything. All right, I guess we want to keep this. We want to go early, so what's a card we can get rid of? I guess probably just Dark Frenzy. An attack 3 against something without much shield doesn't matter so much. The Ice Generation doesn't matter. I'd rather keep my bottom stun and my heal that gives advantage. So let's go here. I'll use that as a generic top attack, but replacing it by consuming the dark. Oh no, because if they, no, I think at 7. No, at 7 they go invisible. Ugh. Is it better to just not have Shared Nightmare? But this poison is gonna be so valuable. But I should always be executing this turn. Is there any way that I can deal with any demons if they go at 7? No, not really. I don't have a stun left. I have a disarm, but they go invis, so it wouldn't even matter, and the Tinker can't go that fast. Guess I just have to dodge the 7, I think. If they get the 7, though, isn't this a catastrophe? Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of certainly is. It's true we could use Ham. Then we'd have to use both charges here to not lose a turn, but I suppose that's safest. Yeah, I'm just so obsessed with efficiency. I hate using Ham when it only gives half a turn, but it is a boss fight, so I guess longevity doesn't matter that much. That is the safest play, is just to go at 7 and punch with Ham. You're right. Hmm. Hmm. And we'll just have to make sure we use Ham again. Using Ham again isn't going to be too easy either, because we actually have a lot of actions that we really want. Like, we want to use this bottom and this bottom, so we're not going to be able easy to move to, but I guess we'll probably find the opportunity to do it once in this room. Hopefully. And if not, we lose 1 turn, we lose 1 turn. Like I said, it's a boss fight, I guess, so I shouldn't be so obsessed with that. I think I'm overly fixating on that. All right. So I guess we also maybe don't even care about the poison so much if the Tinker poisons here. Tinker doesn't really have anything else to do with the top action. Trying to think here. We can deal with this as well by using the compass to put it into this trap and then move over to here. Then we actually don't even need that top, because then we can poison both of them. So what we could do actually, because we can use the compass so freely since we have Noxious Vials. Noxious Vials is nice. So in that case, we can just poison the adjacent one ourselves, because the other one will get poisoned with the trap and disarm it. If they heal, well, then that kind of sucks. And so then the Scoundrel needs to go early, for sure. Oh, you're right. I can't move him after he gets immobilized. Hmm. That's still fine, though. The Mindthief can actually just go here to execute, just not be greedy for the coin. And then we can immobilize him here. It still works, even if we get one less coin this way. All right, so what's our attack? We don't have single out, but I mean this. Oh no, we have dark this round. Yes, yes, good, good. So we can actually do this. So we want to use the 3 here just to go as quickly as possible. And to be honest, we're never getting better than advantage with this. We're not using the top of Flurry of Blades. It's always going to be for the bottom. And getting advantage on our biggest attack, which is an attack 8, makes the most sense. Plus, again, it gives us the earliest initiative to make sure we can use the compass. And we're not going to Noxious Vials this turn, but we'll be able to Noxious Vials certainly before the next room. All right, let's go. 4. Whew. I mean, the 4 I was less worried about because it's not the one that consumes dark, but it's still good that we win at 3. So now we can avoid getting smashed by this dude. All right, so we're going to begin by using the compass, and we're going to order him to walk into this trap. Bam. Compass a good. All right, so that puts an immobilize and a poison on the elite Night Demon. And then we're going to use our move 4 on the bottom of Flurry of Blades. You do have to use it before attacking, which sucks a little bit. I mean, because otherwise we would have been able to, move to a coin. But it's definitely worth, I think, getting advantage on our attack with such a big attack. All right. So where do we want to go? Because the Tinker will move to here because he has the least movement. So let's just move to here, I suppose. So we'll just move there with the bottom of Flurry. Gaining advantage on all our attacks this round. We'll consume the dark, which is there, with the top of Stick to the Shadows. So we gain 2 experience, which gives us an attack 8 with advantage, targeting the Elite Sun Demon. Okay, well, at least we got rid of that. So that's a 10, which is 8 actual damage, because of the 2 shield. So then we're done. So then the Night Demon goes and simply loses his immobilized. Interestingly enough, does that's an interesting question now. So Isio, does he create dark here? Or since he's immobilized, can he not perform the moves so he can't do any of the actions and doesn't create dark? Because if we were stunned, I know he wouldn't. He can't create the dark. All right, that's interesting. See, I would have played that wrong all along because I would just assume since they get a turn still, they would still just create it as it's part of their turn. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not going to matter. We're not using the dark anyway. Oh no, we are using the dark. We were supposed to execute. What was I thinking? Why did I do this wrong? I was not supposed to make the attack with dark. Ugh. What was I thinking? And we can't create the element. Woof. Why did I think I could use it? I don't know. I don't know. Oh well. We're a little rusty. Like I said, I was a little bit flustered coming into this. It's my bad. But yeah, if he had created dark, it would be better for us, but actually he won't. So this will actually impact us. Oh well. I mean, I'm not super concerned. So the Night Demon does nothing. So then it's our turn on the Mindthief. So no dark, huh? Very interesting. All right. So that's gonna attack. I guess we want the Tinker to be the one getting hit. So I suppose we're actually just gonna move to here. Using the bottom of, which card do we want back? I guess we want Shard Nightmare back. Yeah, more than Feedback Loop. All right, sure. So we'll move to there with the bottom of Feedback Loop. And then we'll use the top of Shared Nightmare as a generic attack with Versatile Blade. Oh, but we don't have Mind's Weakness. Ooh, no, that would be awful. So it's actually better to do the other attack? The other attack is pretty bad, though, without Dark, but I guess that's still correct. There's nothing we can really do better here, huh? I guess you can't use the Ring of Haste. I've never actually thought of this before, but you wouldn't be able to use an element that you create on your turn using Ring of Haste, would you? Ring of Haste happens before the end of turn stuff, like the element actually being infused, I'm guessing. I mean, this would make sense based off what we read with Ring of Haste so far, but I just want to double check. Because otherwise, there is technically an out where we could use the bottom of the Mind's Weakness. But yeah, so we wouldn't be able to use it. All right. Yeah, I guess we don't really have a better line then. So I suppose actually let's just start by using Shared Nightmare, hitting both the two elites because the regular got executed. So these will both be attack 3s with nothing special going on. So we'll hit the elite Night Demon first and then the elite Sun Demon. So disadvantage on the Night Demon. Oof. All right. So it's just an attack 3 then. Got 18, and then on the Sun Demon. All right. So that's just 1 damage. Down to 7. All right, and then we're going to use the bottom of feedback loop. I guess we just go here. We don't want to go here because then this will hit us. If we go here though, it's pretty free. Sure. Coins are nice. I have to prepare for the arrival of His Highness, one way or another. All right, so we're done here. So then it is the Tinkerer's turn. So we're going to use Toxic Bolt to attack the Sun Demon. We're going to make a disadvantaged attack with it. Okay, not bad for disadvantaged attacks. We get 1 damage on him, putting him to 6, and we poison him. And then we're going to use the bottom of Disintegration Beam to do a move to disarm, going 1, 2 like that, and disarming the Elite Sun Demon. All right, and so then the Sun Demons go. So the Elite just loses its disarm, takes 1 damage from its wound down to 5. Okay, and then the regular Sun Demon goes, so it creates Sun, this doesn't matter. +1 attacks, it's gonna be attack 5. 1, 2 to there. Oh no! Oh no! I'm so wrong. Oh god. I forgot these fly. Okay, well, we're making the scenario much more difficult for ourselves than it needed to be, right? So it's an advantage attack 5 on the Mindthief. Alright, so 6. Oh god. Yeah, that's a nice start. It's okay. I could use Boots with the Tinker, but then the Elite will attack, which will hit harder. It's alright. I mean, this attack couldn't actually cause the Mindthief to lose a card, right? So the Mindthief had 8 health left, and it was an attack 5 with advantage, but the Mindthief has the helmet. Haha, Iron Helmet. So the Mindthief, I mean, at worst, it could have been a 7. I think they had already flipped their +2 as well, right? Yeah, they had. So at worst, it could be a 6. I mean, yeah, being at 2 health isn't ideal, but we've got, I mean, we can do some self-healing. The Tinker can heal us a lot. We'll be all right. We shall be fine. All right, so let's try to focus a little bit more here, though. So unfortunately, we do not have the 7 option covered anymore. We literally cannot. So that's fine. We're gonna use Perverse Edge, and what do we want for a generic top attack? Probably Mind's Weakness. Because we're gonna just keep this setup going to the next room. So we can use Perverse Edge to stun one of the other two, and then we can use the top attack on Mind's Weakness as a generic attack on top and kill using the dark. Hoping, again, that the Night Demons don't go specifically at 7. It's only 1 out of 7 for that. Don't really have a way of beating that because the Scoundrel can't stun. So yeah. All right, so we also really want to make sure that the Tinker gets the finishing blow here. So that means the Scoundrel basically can't attack it. But that's okay. We can use our summon on the Scoundrel though, because we can also get that back. Although Noxious Vials is going to be pretty taxed here. We've already justified using it for the Compass. I guess we don't need to use our summon. We can just use Burning Oil on the Night Demon. We'll worry about this later. And so then what are we doing at the bottom action? Not really anything, but I guess going at 6, make sure we go before them. In worst case scenario, this at least allows us to do some more flexible things if we have to. I'm not sure what those flexible things will be, but they'll be. Oh, we shouldn't have brought Volatile Concoction. This is stupid. We can never use it. I mean, I guess we can use it the same turn, and that's still possible. So maybe it was still worth it. It's such a powerful card when you don't have access to stamina potions. All right, so what's the Tinkerer doing? Not being very effective in killing the the Sun Demon, that's for sure. It's kind of sad how little damage we deal to it. But we can't really deal better. We should definitely use Auto Turret because we don't need to move, so we can heal with that. And I guess, well, we don't need this for initiative here. We're just going to punch with something we're unlikely to use anytime soon. I mean, this we would want to use the bottom, this we want to use the top, this we don't care about, this we want to use the top. We'll need at least one of these for movement, maybe both of them, and this we want to use the top. I mean, so it does just make sense that it should be Reviving Shock here, even though we don't need the initiative. The beautiful 34-34. All right, here we go. Oh, man. Oh, man. I have no one to blame but myself. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm getting so severely punished if we're playing poorly. It's hilarious. Oh, God. All right. So, how are we going to deal with this? So that Sun Demon is still going to go another turn not dying. Why do we not have a minor mana potion on the Scoundrel? I guess her... Wait, do we actually only have... Oh, yeah, she's only level 8. Yeah, okay. All right, well, anyway, we're attacking the Night Demon to begin with, using the top of Burning Oil, so we gain 1 experience, we create fire, make an attack 4, so really attack 5, disadvantage wound on the Night Demon. Okay, so we don't get the invis, but we do make a +1. So +1 on a 4 is a 5, +1 from the poison is 6. So putting this down to 12, and wounding it. Then we can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with backstab. Oof. Not the most efficient movement ever. But then at least we draw fire from all these things, and then the Mindthief still doesn't have to move. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can take some hits. Take some hits indeed. All right, yeah, let's do it. So we're going to use backstab plus our boots to do a move 8. 6 on the bottom plus 2 from the boots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Onto the chest. So we get the first chest, so we need to actually note which one that is. So the first one is called, the first child gives the Crystal of Zenith. No, or Zenith. Crystal. Okay, so then the Night Demon goes, so is going to attack the Scoundrel after taking 1 damage from its wound. So hardest hitting enemy in the game for 8, -1, so 7 on the Scoundrel. Oh, oh dear God. All right, all right. Uh-huh. I mean, losing Swiftbow is not the end of the world. The Tinker can also, I mean, like, the nice thing about having a Tinker with the Scoundrel is the Scoundrel can lose a card, and the Tinker can stamina boost a card back to the Scoundrel, since the longevity matters much less for the Tinker, obviously. The downside is, we've taken so much damage that we really care about the top of stamina booster. Yeah, actually, I think we're going to have more difficulty with these demons in the beginning, just because of the nonsense we've done, rather than the actual boss. Although we'll see. I shouldn't necessarily say that. So, like, I really need the top of stamina booster, but I guess if the Scoundrel loses a couple cards before we get outside the boss room, as long as we can give back one of the key ones, it doesn't matter so much. I mean, I think this has to be correct, losing a card here. Otherwise, we take 14. What's funny is, so I mentioned a couple times, so I actually did, for the whole stamina potion debate about, yeah, stamina potions are too strong, I actually ran a random dungeon playing a 2-player party of Scoundrel plus Spellweaver at level 9 with level 7 monsters. And I played a 2-player party, and I did a 4-player setup, and I successfully beat the random dungeon, actually pretty easily. I mean, well, the Scoundrel actually exhausted, but the Spellweaver still hadn't even used Reviving Ether. Anyway, what's funny is, on the very first turn of the scenario, so this is actually the reason the Scoundrel ended up exhausting, it was this exact same story. Not that I really made mistakes, actually. And so, well, to clarify, the reason why I haven't actually posted the video is because one turn I actually forgot to create the dark, and then the next turn they actually did this, the Night Demons. So it would have actually changed the scenario. I'm still pretty confident I would have won, because like I said, the Spellweaver had so much margin, but I'm going to have to redo it and do it without making a mistake, because I don't want people to fixate on our mistakes, since I'm using this video as kind of an argument and a debate. Anyway, What's funny is the very first turn of that scenario, the Night Demons had their 41 or 43, which is the one that creates dark and gives them an attack +1. Okay, and there's only one Night Demon that gets to go. We stop everything else in the room basically from attacking, and it walks up to the Scoundrel and gets a crit on a +1 on, so a 9 crit for 18 on the Scoundrel, which would put the Scoundrel to 2 life. Except the Scoundrel has already taken damage from Inferno, so the Scoundrel is literally at 18 health despite being at level 9 since we took 2 from Inferno. So literally, I mean, basically a one-shot. So I had to lose a card on the very first turn with the Scoundrel, and it's the exact same story again here. So here I could not lose a card, and then I would go down to 4. So it's not actually mandatory to lose. But then after that, this Sun Demon's going to be attacking me. Now I could have the Mindthief stun this Sun Demon instead of stunning this one, but this one hits for more. Admittedly, hitting the Tinker is kind of okay because the Tinker's got the shield. Yeah, Inferno truly is balanced, exactly. But that's kind of the moral that I wanted to impart with that was the ability that so I did a random dungeon so that I couldn't choose a scenario that would be favorable, but basically no matter what, being able to essentially win 2 out of 3 rooms with the Scoundrel, I mean with the Spellweaver just playing Inferno, and the truth is the monsters that we faced, the Scoundrel had a really rough time. We actually didn't get to use Long Con basically at all, or very little. It wasn't very effective, but just repeatedly being able to, being able to do back-to-back turns of Inferno in most rooms in the game, just like that. So yeah. So yeah, if we could stun this, but it's just better to stun this. I think it's just better to lose a card. And we've got a card in our hand to lose. If it was a card that would be worse for us to lose, it'd be a little more difficult of a choice, but I think it's just okay to lose Swiftbow. All right, so, well, that happened, and the Night Demon is now invisible. And so then we're using double stamina. I was not. So I wanted to be able to hit the heart of the counter argument about stamina potions or whatever. So I was using double stamina, but I was not using empowering talisman. The reason why I wasn't using empowering talisman is because many people arguing that stamina potions were perfectly fine were saying, well, stamina potions are fine, it's just the ability to recur them which is broken. And don't get me wrong, I agree that the ability to recur stamina potions is even more broken than stamina potions themselves, but I still think just stamina potions are broken, period. So I explicitly didn't use empowering talisman to avoid that, or cursed idol. Which honestly, like, even using cursed idol would be fine because I mean, it would actually just be better. Since you can stand in the corner of the room, you always get to use Mana Bolt on yourself. And I was just using, like, to give representative level 9, I just used the Spellweaver cards that I had. I mean, I used the enhancements that I had, so you always have strengthened for your attack. So having a couple curses in your deck doesn't matter at all. It would absolutely be worth being able to use that many more Infernos. All right. So, Tinker's next. So what was our plan? It was to punch, I guess, and heal. Oh no, Mindthief. So we again can't do anything with the top because we don't actually have dark. Rough. So we could use Mind's Weakness, but we don't actually want to do that. There's also no advantage whatsoever to actually hitting this enemy because we're just going to execute it next turn. Unless they... No, this isn't a reshuffle, so we are going to execute it next turn, without a doubt, by going at, I guess 10 or whatever. So, yeah, there's just no reason to attack it at all. We should always use Perverse Edge, so we will use Perverse Edge. I don't know why I'm tracking experience. And we're just going to stun the Elite Sun Demon. So make our attack. Okay. Hopefully we didn't kill it here. I don't think so. So we have 3 here, plus 1 from the attack, plus 1 from poisons. That's 5, minus 2 shields, so it takes 3 damage down to 2. Actually, that's perfect. And it's stunned. Well, stunning that one in the end wasn't so necessary, but it's still good to do this. Okay. So then we do nothing. We could gain experience by playing the Mind's Weakness. Well, actually, we don't care about experience either. All right, yeah, so we're just going to do nothing with the top action. And then it is the Tinker's turn. And there's no reason to ham here because I think we're going to be able to avoid using ham in the end. So the Tinker goes. So we're going to start by using the top of Reviving Shock just as an attack 2 punchy against the Elite Sun Demon next to us. Ooh, the healing does nothing, but plus 1. So that makes our attack actually a 4 because 1 from the poison, and so we do actually get the kill. And in the end, he would have died to our wound, which would have also given us kill credit if we'd even just not gotten a plus 1, but this was still good. I'm going to take it. All right. And that puts us 1 away. Rolling Disarm might come out. I forgot that we had that. You're right. All right. Generic top punch. Good call. Gotta believe. Yeah, to be honest, I actually forgot that we had added in the rolling disarm. But you're correct, ECO. It was actually technically correct to attack there. All right, so we did it. So yeah, we've got to go mark this. So the real question we have today, and I guess anyone in chat is welcome to speak up. I mean, ECO, you in particular, do we, given the choice, do we retire the Tinkerer today? Do we get the Tinker the demon kill, and then we can just do? I mean, I guess that would work pretty well as well, because then we could just, I mean, then we would have two options, both of which would be perfectly fine. Yeah, I think I'm in favor of this as well. Either we then just run one more scenario, just running a two-player party of, ooh, as a Christmas present. It would be a Christmas present to me. The greatest of all presents, no more Tinker. The biggest, I like Tink, but get it demon kills while you can. All right. The biggest shame about this, though, right, is, to be honest, all right, as much as I am lukewarm, we'll say, on the Tinkerer, Tinker's been okay in this party, not great, certainly. Getting to play Chimeric Formula with the Mindthief plus the Scoundrel, I mean, being able to give the Scoundrel an augment, the Dream. The only shame is, if we were really trying to do this, we would probably have wanted the Mindthief to have taken, where is it? We would have wanted the Mindthief to take Silent Scream at level 5, or Frozen Mind, sorry. We would have wanted the Mindthief to take Frozen Mind at level 5 instead of Mass Hysteria if we were planning on this in the long run, because then we could pass the Mind's Weakness to the Scoundrel, which is obviously, I mean, Mind's Weakness is just as good basically on either of them, but it is actually even better on the Scoundrel than it is on the Mindthief, because the Mindthief goes about 50-50 range melee. Wait, is it recoverable? It is recoverable. How? But how do you recover it on him? Because we can't recover our own things. Because stamina is an ally, right? One ally, yeah. So I guess there are other classes in the game. That is interesting. So we can get into some real dank stuff with this card. But anyway, so to really go down this path, we would want to keep we would want to have the Frozen Mind. So after passing off the Mind's Weakness to the Scoundrel, where it's actually even going to be slightly better than the Mindthief, then we would be able to set up this as a secondary augment. Because as is right now, I mean, yeah, Phantasmal Killer is a powerful one, but we just don't have enough dark production to support it. So we would end up with kind of a crappy augment. I mean, it would still be fun to use Chimeric Formula no matter what, because we can always just pass any, I mean, passing any augment to the Scoundrel would still be very, very good, right? I mean, even if it's just like Silent Scream, making all the Scoundrel's melee attacks do this, or making the Mindthief's melee attacks do this is good, or even just passing the Poison Muddle or using the Poison Muddle ourselves. I mean, just having one additional augment up would be a really big game. So I was kind of looking forward to getting the Tinker to level 9, but I think I agree. I think we should take the kills while we can get them, especially because it's not very, I mean, if we can get him, we'll take it. I'm not going to like spend 5 turns milking it, but yeah, it's difficult enough, I think, to get the kills for the Tinker, so I think it's worth trying. And on top of that, then we have 2 very reasonable options afterwards. We can either play just two-handed, playing just the Scoundrel and the Mindthief for one more scenario, or we can swap in, you know, a third character. We can bring like Music Note into this party. Oh man, Music Note, Mindthief, Scoundrel. Feels good. All right. Wait, no, but actually, oh no, we wouldn't be able to get Music Note. No, because it's over here that we get it. No, the dream is dead. The dream is dead. All right. Anyway, so we got that kill, and then we're gonna use the bottom of Auto Turret to do a heal 3 on the Mindthief. And yeah, I would like to reiterate that the bottom auto turret is very, very good. Bottom heals are so infinitely better than top heals. So good. All right. I mean, on ranged characters. It's a little bit different on other characters. So then the Sun Demon goes. So the focus is going to be the Scoundrel because of earliest initiative. It's going to move away to lose the disadvantage. It's going to consume some element, but it doesn't really matter. All elements, I mean, it's all the same. And so it makes an attack 4 on the Scoundrel with advantage. Oops, up here. Yeah, it couldn't be worse than before. All right, so we'll take our 4. All right. So that's the round. All right. The Mindthief is finally going to kill the stupid Sun Demon that I have messed up on killing so many times. And I think we're just going to go ahead and I guess we should probably split our things. Yeah, so I guess these two next turn on the Night Demon is better, so we can use these two this turn. Because using these two this turn only gives us one better initiative, which I don't think changes anything. And I definitely do want to use Empathetic Assault as soon as possible just to make sure I get the heal. And I'll use Frigid Apparition as our top attack to trigger that. All right, so what is the Tinkerer doing? So are we creating ice this turn? No, we'll create ice next turn. So we want to be in a position to use Volatile Concoction probably next turn. Although at the same time, both of them are going to be able to rest at the same time, and synchronized long resting would be kind of nice. How close is he to dead? He can be quite close to dead. We could actually try to get a kill on him here and then heal next turn. I think that's reasonable. So let's see. Well, the Mindthief kills this turn, so it doesn't hit him at all. But the Scoundrel... Oh, no, he's invisible. Never mind. We don't actually know when he's going to come out. So better just do supporty stuff this turn. So we do want to move this turn and do a heal. And we'll need to try to use... We still need to use Noxious Vials at some point, but that's not urgent. So use this top heal and one of our bottom moves. I guess the one we're less likely to use in this room. Okay. Oh, no, the Scoundrel is one turn shorter. Ooh, so we did really want to use Volatile Concoction this turn, but that's just not possible. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll go with the later of the two cards. That way maybe he comes out, but we're most likely not getting much done here, but that's okay. Let's go. Yeah, there's the 41. Oh, God. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. It's going to hit me for 18. I can feel it coming. Oh, no. Why don't I have an iron helmet? Have we? We've accidentally... Yeah, there are two curses in their deck that aren't supposed to be in there. We haven't cursed them at all. Must have just been from the last time we forgot to remove them. Oh, my God. Is it actually like that? Is this the actual order? I mean, I've got to reshuffle the deck now, but was it really? Let me see. Oh my God. It really was. It really, really was. It was waiting for me. If I hadn't set myself up by realizing it, because I saw that there were 22 cards in there, which is why I needed to cut 2 cards. TTS. Oh, I'm one step ahead of you, though. Yeah, really. It is actually deja vu. This is crazy. All right, so now the Mindthief is going to do things for real this time. So we're going to use the top, Consuming the Dark, and Phantasmal Killering this Sun Demon here. Just drops this coin here, and then we're just going to use Empathetic Assault's bottom, and we're just going to grab this coin as well while we're at it. I used Shared Nightmare, but I didn't have the Dark that time, so I didn't get the Poison or the Dark, so there weren't 2 curses. Because that was the turn that I wanted to use Shared Nightmare as a top punch, but I stupidly used the Dark with the Scoundrel, which is obviously not worth it. If I could have gone back and changed that, I would have. All right, and so we heal 2, and we gain Strengthen. Okay, so the next up is the Scoundrel. I guess, who is the one to be punched? I want the coin, though. With the Tinker, I mean, we can't afford to be punched, I guess. What if we just summon, just to absorb the punch? That's probably the most reasonable. We'll have a chance to get it back. Yeah. All right, let's just move here. I don't want to take any risks. I mean, we reshuffled because we had to take out the curses, but it is still TTS. I'm not holding my breath, so I'm just gonna move there using the bottom of one of these. I guess I can gain to... No, the trap's gone, yeah. So I'm just gonna move there, and then I'm gonna use the Falcon figurine. I'm just turning it over already, but sorry, Falcon. This is your life now. So we're gonna summon the Falcon right there so that it gets hit instead of us. This is effectively doing a heal 9. I think that's absolutely worth it. All right. So then we're done. So then it's the Tinkerer's turn. So the Tinkerer has a heal 3, range 3. Well, at this point, keeping the old crit flip wouldn't actually change anything. It would actually just reshuffle the deck again, so it's kind of the same, since we're going to summon no matter what. Merry Christmas, Warlord. Do you have any special plans? So, healing the Scoundrel or the Mindthief? Yeah, I think we heal the Mindthief. So we'll heal the Mindthief for 3. Oh, I guess we have a heal for 4 as well. Yeah, the Falcon is becoming Christmas dinner. So if we heal the Mindthief for 3 here and then 4, we overheal for 2. Whereas if we heal for 3 here and then 4 here, then... Yeah, I guess it's better to actually heal the Scoundrel. Sure. All right. So we're just going to heal the Scoundrel for 3, actually, with the top of Restorative Miss, and then we're going to use a move 4 with Ink Bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because this puts us one closer to the Scoundrel in case we need to do our 2-range thing on the bottom here. All right, so we're done. So then the Night Demon's gonna go, come out of its invis, take 1 damage from. Oh wait, hold on though. We need to move next to the Night Demon so that we can punch it. We do need to punch it. Do we? Is it better to just try to get the Night Demon kill later? No, I should try to kill it. I should try to kill it. All right, we're just gonna move to there then. So we use less movement, unfortunately, but that's okay. Serious Special Plans is enjoying my 4-year-old opening presents. That's cute. Ooh, that's a great age for watching some present opening. I mean, they've got to understand what they're getting and really appreciate it by then. To my in-laws family drama that has been rearing its head lately. Oof. Sorry about that. As I was just explaining at the beginning of the stream, my mother-in-law, I mean, well, it's fiance, but still, is here visiting as well. Although it's mostly okay. Okay, so we'll just move to there. So then the Night Demon goes. We've already taken its 1 damage, so it's attacking the Falcon. I will laugh so hard if it's on the top again. No. Again, it literally did not matter because it's 2 life. If anything, this was actually a worse outcome for us in the end, because previously it would have reshuffled the deck. Here, there's 1/1 gone, so it is technically slightly worse for us because we looked, and the Sun Demons are eliminated. All right, and they create dark, but there's gonna be dark anyway, so this doesn't matter. Definitely a long rest for the Scoundrel, I would say. Mindthief is gonna go do some splatting. And the Tinkerer is supposed to do some punching. And there will be ice created, so we can use Volatile Concoction, I guess, on the Mindthief. We want to save this and this, I guess. Well, those are 2 tops that we want to use, so I guess both of them aren't. We're never using both of them. I guess it's more important that we use Noxious Vials this rest cycle than the heal. This gives us better initiative, although probably not for the Night Demon initiative anyway. We'll see. No, I guess we'll actually probably just use the stun powder from the Mindthief to get to stun this whole thing here. But I guess having a big move, no, but if we're planning on using, no, we're not planning on using a non-move bottom next turn. We can use a move, so we want to keep the move. So we just have to decide which top we're using. Yeah, it makes more sense to use Noxious Vials, because we'd like to give 2 things back, so we'll get the health back at another time. Everyone is upset with my wife's mother, including my wife, and it's just spiraling, and people aren't being nice and are acting their ages all around. Just unfortunate, but I'm glad to have daughter's Christmas to look forward to. I feel like, I mean, maybe this is cynical, and I had a rather special family situation growing up as well. But I would say that, I mean, what are the holidays without a little bit of family drama, right? Not to make light of your situation, but I think it's understandable at this point. Also, we're going to the college football playoff game, Clemson versus Notre Dame in Dallas Saturday. Really looking forward to that. All right. Oh wait, no, you're a Clemson fan. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, because you live in Alabama, Roll Tide. But you like Clemson. All right, respect. Because I was thinking for a second. Wait a second. Is he? No, 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 no. I was afraid you would be a Notre Dame fan, and then I wouldn't be able to talk to you anymore. But nah, it's okay. We're good. I can support Clemson for sure. All right, let's do this. I think this looks fine. Yeah, that's interesting. Muddle doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, no, the muddle does nothing because it's always disadvantaged anyway. Okay. This is gonna hurt. Are we gonna die? No, we're gonna stun it, yeah. I do live in the Midwest, but I am no, definitely not Notre Dame. I mean, all right. No, so basically being from a Big Ten school, I pretty much exclusively hate any traditionally successful sports programs, NCAA sports programs that are not in the Big Ten, right? So that's pretty much everyone. I'm just full of hatred for all of the teams and all of the schools. That's how being from the Big Ten works. I mean, especially being from Illinois. Woof. So no. No, Notre Dame aren't relevant anymore. That is fair. But they had their time and they will not shut up about it, right? So anyway, let's go with Dark Frenzy here. We'll do our move 3. Oh, we still have our Strengthen, right? So at least we're not going to be actually disadvantaged. Yeah, Illinois. Exactly. I know. I accept it though. All right, so we're gonna move there. We're gonna create ice. We're gonna make an attack 3. So it's advantage and disadvantage, so it's just normal. So we get an attack 3 on the bottom here to begin with. 4. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, guess the Tinker won't be retiring today. The Mindthief. This is the second time. This is the second scenario in which the Mindthief has done this, right? This happened also on the last. I mean, when we were playing on when was it? Last week? It's literally the exact same thing. The Mindthief, as long as she didn't crit, it would go to the Tinker, and then she's just like, nah, crit. All right. Anyway, so 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, no. It's disadvantaged. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. No, it's not disadvantaged. No. Yeah. Ah, stupid strengthen. Because it's a 3 plus 1 from the rolling modifier is 4 plus 1 from the poison is 5, and then critted is 10. Wait, did I miss something? ECO? I'd be happy if I did, but I don't think that I have. Can you decide? Ah, that's an interesting question. It wouldn't actually matter though, right? That is actually so. You're right. I've always done the crit last in modifiers, but I wonder. But so if you could choose the order, but actually it wouldn't matter though, right? This is the biggest problem. So even if we can't choose the order, we still don't. I mean, then the Scoundrel gets the kill, and it's all the same. So if we get a crit on plus the poisons, we have a 4. The 4 gets doubled to an 8, and then we add the +1. This is a 9, and because it's wounded, it'll actually die on its turn to the wound, which is before the Tinkerer's turn. But so Warlord, you cannot choose the order of modifiers. I never actually thought of this anyway. But anyway, here it actually changes nothing. There's no way we can get around it. Even if we could put the crit before the before the rolling +1, it would still die before the Tinker can ever hit it. Oops. All right. So those go there. Was it us who had to kill an elite? No. We have to kill an elite. We have not done that yet. All right. So he's dead. And then on our top, we've got nothing. So then the Tinkerer's turn. So we're going to use the bottom of Volatile Concoction, consume the ice, and give the Mindthief 2 cards back. And we're going to use our top as a heal 4 on the Mindthief. So let's see. Mindthief, I guess getting back Empathetic Assault is pretty good. Then we'll all be kind of the same distance from the door. And what do we want to get back for a top? I guess we want to keep this active. So we get back this. We don't really have any tops that matter, do we? No. So it really doesn't matter. Take back any old card we want. Experience doesn't matter. There are no elements we can create that would be significant. So no. Especially not with a top. We'll just take back, I guess, the Mind's Weakness. Okay. So we get back these 2 cards with Volatile Concoction. We also lose our Strengthen. Man, the Strengthen killed us, right? If we hadn't had the Strengthen, it would have been fine. We would have critted on our 4, doing 8, and then the wound would have done 1. It would have been down to 1 health, just sitting there ripe for the Tinker to just poke it so that it would die. All right. Anywho, can only do what we have. These go here. Choose a card to lose. Fortunately, we already got rid of our best candidate for losing. So let's establish again, as on any boss scenario, the cards which absolutely cannot be lost. So this cannot be lost. This cannot be lost. This cannot be lost. And this cannot be lost. Then this is 5th. So that leaves us these cards. It's tough being on a boss scenario with a Scoundrel with such a small deck and so many integral cards. So we take from the left. These two are pretty similar, so I guess it maybe makes more sense just get rid of one of these. But this is just an attack 5, so just strictly better than this. I guess this gives us jump, but we still got jump for now. We don't necessarily need to. So yeah, goodbye flanking strike. If there are modifiers in any single step of this process, the player chooses the order in which they are applied. Okay. Yeah, thank you, ECO. So you could do the crit and then do a rolling +1. Interesting. Anyway, like I said, here it wouldn't have changed anything, but that's a good call. All right, so we're just moving and healing ourselves a bit. We're moving and giving the Scoundrel back some cards. So we have a move 4, which I guess takes us down to here. There's no reason to open the door this turn. That would be silly. Leave the coin behind. That would also maybe be silly. Also, yeah. I mean, we're kind of running out of longevity on the Scoundrel because that lost card is the problem. But passing up 5 gold. How good is 5 gold? I mean, I don't even know if I'll replay the Mindthief at some point. So let's just drop it. Let's leave the coin. All right, so we'll just move towards the door with this. So in that case, where's the Scoundrel going? I mean, I guess Mindthief goes here. Scoundrel can go here, here. Tinker can go so there. Okay. I mean, well, anyway, we're playing our move 4 and our give card. We need the Tinker or the Scoundrel to go first. I mean, I guess these cards aren't really useful in the next room, so getting rid of those first does make sense. Yeah, let's do that. Just doing a generic move 2. All right, let's go. So first the Mindthief, who heals for 2 with Empathetic Assault, and gets strengthened before we move 2. Going here. Then the Scoundrel goes, performs a generic move 2 on the bottom of one of her cards. 1, 2. I guess this is better. Maybe better or worse line of sight. I don't really know. And then the Tinkerer goes and performs a move 4 with the bottom of Crankbow, going 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, and then uses the top of Noxious Vials. One adjacent ally may refresh one of their consumed items. And this is a very good question. I guess the Compass is probably better immediately, because there's a chance we'll want to use it in this next room, whereas if we need a summon, we still have one, because it's still fine for us to use our summon here, because we can Noxious Vials this back before we go into the last room. So let's get the Compass back for now. I think it's more generally useful. So long rest for the Mindthief and the Tinkerer? Probably not. Probably not. No. We didn't end up using any of our items on the Tinkerer, so short rest. Mostly good cards. Ooh, alright. Yeah, that's rough. That's actually really important for a boss fight too, right? No, I think we'll keep that. Alright. I mean, this is probably more important than that is on the boss fight, whereas that's almost certainly more important as we go towards the boss fight. So, I don't know. Tinker has mostly good cards at this point, which is interesting. Or cards that we at least want. I mean, obviously, like Restorative Mist at level 9 or level 8 isn't a very good card, but still it's just important to have some healing between rooms. Alright, and so the Mindthief can do a short rest as well. No, I think we'll keep that. Alright, that's fine. Oops. Alright, so how do we go about going into this next room? There's chest down there, that much we know. We've got strength on the Mindthief. I'm gonna guess it's our biggest move, and then we can use Shared Nightmare. So Shared Nightmare can either be very good for attacking, or worst case scenario, we can use it as a generic attack on top if we can get adjacent to a melee or to a normal enemy, and then we can ham it back. So this works quite well for us. What does the Tinker want to do? Probably the same thing we always do. Try to take over the world. No, we're going to run in with Crankbow and try to wound and stun something, because stun shot is good. I've got boots to make sure we can get in range. And then here, I guess it's better to use a bigger move now, and then save the advantage for later. Especially because we can do this stack probably the following turn. And then hit something with some wound. Alright, let's go. So, Mindthief's up first, gonna move 5 with Cranium Overload. 1, 2, 3. It's pretty unlikely that we're gonna get adjacent to a normal enemy. Oh no, we still got this for the turn. Hold on. So 1, 2, 3, we've got 2 movement left. Not having boots is a rough. Oh, there are normal enemies here. We're gonna get pounded too. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, that goes there. This goes here. This goes just underneath it. Okay. Oops. And then the 3 remaining traps roll down here. I believe the last time we played this, I don't remember who we were playing with the last time we did this scenario in the previous campaign. Were we? No, I don't believe we were supposed to place the altar. I'm not actually sure. I don't believe so. Were we supposed to place the altar here? I'm not sure. Ah, yeah, we got rid of our 1 accidentally. We deleted it. Which is going to cause me no end of annoyance. All right, so we just put the 1 there. So what else is in this room? We set up those things. We also have 2 coins. Just grab from back here. We've got 3 regular ancient artillery. All right. A lot of things to kill. And then we've got a full 3 stone golems up front, huh? All right. Not messing around. I will certainly be executing one of them. All right, so 16 health for the stone golems and 16 health for everything in the room. That's nice. I like it when a plan comes together. Still have 2 movement left. All right, let's see what they're up to before we make any plans here. Okay, so they have 7 range, huh? A woof. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one will never hit. These 2 are basically always hitting. And the stone golems are, of course, doing their scariest thing. You can stun one of them and kill one of them, though. That's probably okay. All right. Well, I mean, I guess we're going here. There's not really anything about it or any other choices we have. We could use the Ring of Haste here to stun another one. So none of the stun golems would go. Getting immobilized, how bad is that? Oh, but are they going to pull me back into the enemies? That's the scary question, because these only hit for 3, actually. So that their damage isn't so significant. These hit for 4. It's also not so significant. We're at 12. But let's see. So will they actually end up pulling us back? I guess maybe it depends on which one we execute. So if this one goes here and pulls us back to there, will this one be able to... I guess it'll actually go up to here and pull us back to here. Interestingly enough. If we execute this one, but I guess we're stunning one of them anyway. So in that case, we won't get pulled back up. We'll just be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that still doesn't reach, so that's okay. So that's probably all right to just leave them. All right. Is it any different depending on which one we execute? No, because we're always going to stun one and execute one, and the one that the one that's left is always going to go down here and pull us this way. All right, in that case, let's just kill number 3, I guess. You're first. So we're just using the top of Shared Nightmare as a generic attack 2, and we're consuming the dark with Phantasmal Killer to simply execute the adjacent Stone Golem. We have to kill an elite. Oh, we might actually not get our check mark. Oh well. Ah! Give me 1 second, I can blow my nose. We did make a mistake. So, one of many. We actually should have. I mean, we did. We also didn't know about the modifier ordering, but it actually technically. I mean, we won't worry about this. I'll explain why in a second. We should have actually ordered it crit first and then +1, because then the scoundrel actually would have gotten the kill. First of all, we actually forgot the scoundrel heals with kills, so that mattered less. But what's more significant is the scoundrel actually would have gotten credit for an elite kill then, which would have given a check mark. We could technically reverse engineer this, but there's no need. We're probably not going to complete another scenario with the scoundrel without retiring after this, so getting one check mark here really has no impact. Okay, so we executed using the top of Shared Nightmare. I think our initiatives are fine relative to the enemies in this room, so there's no need to get something back. All right, so we're done. So then it is the Scoundrel's turn. So what sucks here is we're actually going to end up double wounding one of these because of the wound on Sunshot. But I suppose that's okay. I mean, it's still just better to stun one of them. It's not like we can do anything else of meaning here. No. So we have. So we need to move up, I guess. We don't want to move to here, do we? That's us that gets attacked instead of Mindthief. Baking is tough. What are you baking? I agree baking is tough, though. So I like to think of myself as a pretty good cook. Um, I could actually give a funny anecdote. We've got a bit of time today. I have to be done by like 7 something, which is okay. Anyway, I mean, we should have plenty of time since the last room shouldn't take too long. So, funny baking anecdote. Um, the first time, well, it's not the first time I'd ever tried baking, but I made 2 bowls of bread dough, and there's some cinnamon rolls in the oven. Okay, nice. So we had bought a whole bunch of frozen red fruit. Fruit rouge is what it's called in French. So it's like raspberries and blueberries and wild berries, a bunch of different berries like this, okay, in a frozen bag from a grocery store here. And we were using some of them to make smoothies, but we got a little bit burnt. It was a large bag, but we were getting a little bit burnt out on our fruit smoothies. So I thought, all right, you know what? I'll make a cake. I'll make a fruit cake. I mean, like a normal type cake, except with a bunch of this fruit mixed in. I mean, blended up and mixed in. Yeah, exactly, dingleberries. So let's first establish that I have never baked really before in my life before this. The extent of my baking would have been like helping my grandmother make chocolate chip cookies or something like that. And I cook a lot. I cook 3 or 4 times per week easily. Um, and like I said, I consider myself to be a pretty experienced and pretty decent cook. But obviously, cooking and baking are a lot different. So the example that I always give, and this is a little bit reductive, but I always say that, or the explanation I give or parallel would be saying that cooking is like art, except I'm not actually artistic at all, which is funny. And baking is like science, and I'm actually much more scientific. But in cooking, everything can be, I don't know, I mean, you kind of do things on feeling, you season to taste, you can, mix and match, I mean, mess with quantities, test things out. And generally speaking, if you're reasonably experienced with it, you understand how things work and it kind of all works out. Whereas in baking, everything has to be much more precise. And this was not something I was really prepared for. But so it doesn't actually go that way here. But anyway, so I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll make this cake. So I've got a whole bunch of these fruits. So I blend them up and I sift them to remove all the little seeds and everything like that, so that it's nice and smooth. The coulis, I guess you would call it, of fruit. And so then, I'm like, all right, how do you make a cake? So I just kind of Google it, but don't really read a recipe. I'm just like, all right, I just wanted or maybe Google the ingredients that are in a cake. And I'm like, okay, I see like, eggs, sugar, I don't know, butter, flour, and a few things like this, right? So I just kind of like start mixing a batter, and once I get a batter that looks like what I think a batter should look like, I'm like, all right, this looks good. And so, but of course, I've always at least been since I was young, and maybe it was something from my mother. I've always been paranoid to taste things that have raw egg in them, which I think is generally a reasonable approach. So I don't actually taste this. Whereas like if I'm cooking, I'm always tasting. I have get out a few small spoons and I taste while I cook to make sure everything's seasoned properly. So I spent well over an hour probably making this and just getting the batter just right, good consistency and texture and everything like that. So I put it in the oven and I'm super happy with everything I've done. And so it it comes out I don't know, whatever, like at half an hour later, something like that. And it looks a little strange. I mean, it rose enough and everything like that. There were no problems in this regard. The coloring, it's a little bit weird because it's basically just like red fruit mixed with flour, so it's a bit purplish. It's not a very appealing color, but I'm thinking, wow, who cares? It should be good. And I take my first bite, and it is awful. And it's awful because it is not sweet in the slightest bit. It is completely like not savory, not sweet. It doesn't really taste like much at all. And so the reason is, as I learned, I didn't put enough sugar. So I put in, I think maybe like a spoon, like a soup spoon of sugar, basically. And when you're cooking, a soup spoon of anything is a lot, right? So to me, that's a lot of sugar. And on top of that, we generally eat pretty healthy, at least now that we've gotten older and have to watch our weight. So I don't eat much sugar to begin with. So to me, putting that much sugar in something I'm going to eat is a crazy amount of sugar, right? Except, and so Jessica tastes it as well, and she's like, this is awful. I mean, she doesn't say it quite like that. She's trying to spare my feelings. And she's like, did you put sugar in this? I was like, yeah, I put a bunch of sugar. I put a full soup spoon of sugar. And she just starts laughing. She's like, Drew, a soup spoon of sugar is not a lot for baking. And that is the last time I ever ate cake. I also thought that the fruit would give it some sugar, but yeah, no. I learned then that I am not a baker. And since then, I don't think I've really ever baked. I mean, we've made cookies a couple times for holiday stuff. Yeah, it was cake. It didn't taste like cake, though. Yeah, exactly. No, I have a kitchen scale actually, but I mean, I use the kitchen scale. For example, I do actually make pancakes. So when I make pancakes, I use the kitchen scale and I measure everything precisely. But yeah, otherwise, exactly. I mean, for example, I mean, other than for making pancakes and now, like I said, sometimes Jessica makes cookies. Um, I've never needed a kitchen scale really for anything because in cooking, you don't really need that precise of measurements of anything. But yeah, you're absolutely right that a kitchen scale is, I think, an absolute necessity for baking. But I think it wasn't just that I should have measured and I didn't. It was the disconnect between my beliefs of how much sugar is actually in a cake and the reality of how much sugar is in a cake. Yeah, I guess I could see that. I I realize I just said this for the VOD as well. They're not necessarily going to get the references, but all right. So let's get back into here. But yeah, so I agree completely. Baking is tough. Actually, later tonight, not baking, I have to do cooking. So our basically because both of us were sick around Thanksgiving time, we didn't end up getting to make Thanksgiving. And as vegetarians, obviously the turkey and stuff like that doesn't matter so much. But Jessica loves stuffing. I'm kind of lukewarm on it. I mean, I'll eat it. I've never been a huge fan, but she's absolutely a huge fan of stuffing. So she never let me get away from the stuffing. So I actually have to cook stuffing tonight for our Christmas meal tomorrow because she didn't get to have it for Thanksgiving. She's made me promise ever since then that I would make it. So I have to cook stuffing tonight. Yeah, exactly. You're right. I did make bread. I made very slightly fruit flavored bread, apparently, which was not good. Except it wasn't, it had the texture of a cake, not a bread is the problem. So you couldn't even, I don't know, it was real weird. It did not get finished, unfortunately. All right. Um, so we do have to move up. So is there any advantage to moving here instead? What happens if we do that? Um, so this can't move. So it has to stay there then. And we stun this one? All right. And I guess it doesn't really matter the damage we're dealing to these things either. What if we go here? But then I think we get attacked by this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Because wounding these would be better. I mean, hmm. Damaging these, I mean, I guess I could argue damaging anything in the room isn't relevant because the Mindthief can execute them all, but Mindthief's not going to execute everything in the room. That's obvious. So these actually, I mean, some of these will be killed by damage, whereas these will always be executed because they're way too tanky. We're going to stun one of them, but so basically, we have a couple options. We could stand behind on the door and wound one of them. Like I said, this doesn't do much because it's very unlikely we're ever going to kill one of these with damage before the Mind Thief can just execute both of them. We can go here and stun and wound one of the. I mean, wound this one, which is the best thing to do, I guess. But the problem with this is we get hit by this as well. So is dealing 4 damage to is receiving 4 damage to deal 5 damage? Maybe probably like 6 or 7 damage worth it. Probably, but it is meaning we're going to take 12 damage total this round from all of them. That is a lot. It's kind of rough. guess we can survive. Unfortunately, the compass doesn't do much in this room. Going here is nice as well because we get a coin, but all right, let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, I guess. All right. See you in a bit, the Saris. So yeah, we'll go there, and then we'll use Burning Oil, gaining 1 experience. I'm not bothering with the elements here because they always just disappear, and we'll attack Ancient Artillery number 3. I think it just feels too bad to not hit anything. I mean, to do nothing with our attack. All right, so we do 5 damage. And these things do need to die. I mean, they're going to keep hitting us every turn, so killing them is useful. And put a wound on it. And so the next step is the Tinkerer. So the Tinkerer already has range to attack here. So we'll just stun and wound number 6 with the top of Stun Shot. Okay. Flip never really mattered. If we had add target, we would have been able to hit this one too. All right, and then we have a move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess this is where we split the damage a little bit. That's not bad. And this stays adjacent. All right, yeah, that's okay. Oh, this one's supposed to be stunned as well. Okay, and then we're done. So then the stone golems go. So to the best of my knowledge, well, I mean, this one's just gonna take 1 damage from its wound. I don't believe that it can move any now. Going here, it doesn't lose disadvantage, it can't move past them, and it doesn't go through the trap. So it'll actually just stay where it is, making it disadvantaged, attack -2. So an attack 3, pull immobilize. And, well, the immobilize matters, the pull doesn't. So attack 3 with disadvantage on the Mindthief. All right, nice disadvantage. So 2 damage to the Mindthief, perfectly stomachable. And an immobilize. Okay, so then the stolen golems are done. So it's just the artillery that goes. So 2, 3, 4 in that order. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, exactly. So these are equidistant as expected. I'm sure it does have line of sight of the Scoundrel. Yes, it does. Yep. Okay, so 2 will attack the Tinker because he's closer, and 3 and 4 will both attack the Scoundrel. I'll steal the 1 damage from the wound here. So each of these will be an attack 4. So first the 4 on the Tinker. Well, fortunately, no, the Tinker doesn't have the helmet. It's only the Mindthief who has the helmet. What a strange party. Interesting. That's a good question, because it's on your melee attacks. So I don't know. I mean, it's not clear. Let's go to the FAQ, shall we? I think we still have it up. We gotta clear off some of our tabs here. Not there. No, I don't have it up. Let's just check the FAQ quickly. Where is our friend the Mindthief? No, there's no answer for that. That is a good question. God, what does an attack normally mean? When you have the word attack by itself, does it mean attack action, attack ability, or single attack? That's the question. If it's written just as attack, what does it most normally mean? Do we have an answer for that? Because that is an interesting question, because I see where you're coming from. Because then we could actually kill both of them with cranium embrace, corrupting embrace. Yeah, sorry. If we just need it for one, that's a very interesting question. For now, I'm going to assume that I have to do it individually, because otherwise, but I mean, level 9 cards can also be broken, so who knows? Okay, so we got a crit on the Tinkerer, so the crit is for 8. Well, Tower Shield and take 6. A bit beat up here, but that's okay. And so then the 2 others attack the Tinker, or sorry, attack the Scoundrel, each for 4s. All right, so 5 take it, 4 take it, so we get 9 total. All right. So what's up next? We do want to use a slice of ham here, that's for sure. So I guess we're never getting to use the top of this because we have to keep using dark on the Mindthief. Unless we can use a potion if the Mindthief consumes it first, not if the Scoundrel consumes it first. So we have to go at 11. How would we get adjacency? We would have to summon again. Ugh, I don't love that. No, actually we could use the compass to bring it here. That works. So it's annoying that we don't have good initiative then. But I guess 26 is probably fine, to be honest. If we just play the two like this. All right. Any leads, ECO? You have any idea on that? The aforementioned question? I guess it does change quite a bit on this turn. Otherwise, I guess we'll just plan on doing this and something like this. I'm checking. All right. So we'll figure out other stuff just in case. So otherwise, the Mindthief is going to stun one of them and execute the other, and the Tinker is going to have to help dealing with these two. So this should die to the Scoundrel, right? Because our attack 8 with advantage, our deck is all +1s basically. We have 1 0 in our deck and a miss, so we'd have to specifically get the 0 and the miss together with our advantage attack. Otherwise, we always get a +1, in which case it dies. I mean, if not from us, from the wound, which is still us, so that's fine. So there's just this and then the back one to deal with. The back one's not going to be easy to deal with. That's more annoying. What can the Tinker really do here? I mean, a bottom heal seems good. Both of us could use healing. Everyone could use healing here. Bottom attack is also good, but maybe less immediately relevant. It's probably better to do the... No, I guess it's just better to try to kill faster. I don't know if it actually changes the clock, though, but it could. So if we use Toxic Bolt plus Murderous Contraption, this is a lot of damage. Then we should be able to hopefully kill it next turn. Oh no, but we need to use ham on the Scoundrel. So actually we can save that. That means we won't have advantage. Well, then I guess we have this as an insurance policy. Excuse me, worst case scenario. Okay. Let's check something. Just checking, looking at something. Yeah, whatever. We'll just assume that it's only for one attack. We'll go with the principle of charity. I mean, the snare is already going to be difficult. I mean, not that difficult, I think. Well, who knows? So we'll just assume that we can only use, if we consume the dark, it's only for one attack. So like I said, the relevance of this is that if it wasn't for only one attack, then we could consume dark and make both attacks of Corrupting Embrace being kill one normal target enemy. But we're not actually sure that it affects the entire attack action rather than just single attack. So since we're assuming single attack, we'll just go like this, which is safe. All right. I don't love that. We'll see, though. All right, so first things first is the Mindthief. We're going to use the top of Frigid Apparition, Consuming Dark, and we're going to execute this one. And then we're going to use the bottom of Perverse Edge to attack with disadvantage the other golem. All right, so it's stunned. And we lose our Immobilize. All right, then it's the Scoundrel's turn. So we're going to use our Doom Compass. We're going to move this to here. Oh, did I switch this to Elite for some reason? Oh well. So we're going to move that to there. And then we're going to use... Oh, sorry. The Mindthief needed to use the potion to create dark. Yeah. And then we're going to use the dark that the Mindthief created, gain 2 experience. So this goes into attack 8, targeting the Ancient Artillery. All right, well, we got to get a +1 here. +2, perfect. Don't even have to wait for it to die. It's just dead. And that heals us 1 for getting a kill. Every little bit counts. And we have a move 5 on the bottom of Open Wound. But we don't want to move 5. We just want to move 2. We don't want to move to here, though, because we don't want to both be hit by... both be in the clump. Yeah, they're attacking at -1. Oh, but we're going to be immobilized afterwards. Can we do anything effective? Oh, no, we can't really do anything effective while immobilized. So we can move back to grab a coin instead. I guess we have enough movement next turn. That's not really a problem. We do 1, 2, yeah, all right. So I guess we'll just go back to here. Because we just don't want to be clumped up with the Tinkerer so that their targets can hit multiple enemies. So we'll move back as a generic move 2 at the bottom of open wound. And then we'll use a slice of ham to recover that. This way they'll both just hit the Tinkerer and no one else, which is the goal here. All right, so then the Tinkerer goes, creating element again doesn't matter. So we can use Toxic Bolt, attack 2, range 3, poison. Then we're going to do attack 4, range 3, which will be 5 because we'll poison. So targeting number 2. So the first is an attack 2, the second is an attack 5. Attack is single target. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's what we guessed. Should we stun him? Guess the stun powder probably doesn't matter in the last room. And this does mitigate some damage. Is it that much damage that it matters? No, it's probably more valuable to save this. I mean, it's just making an attack 3 here. It's basically we could use the stun powder as a minor healing potion. No, I don't think we need that. All right. So attack 2 poison first. All right, so 4. And then, so the second one was going to be a 4 plus 1 from the poison is 5 plus 1 from the modifier is 6. So 4 and 6 puts this down to 6. So you did 10 total. A respectable amount of damage from the Tinkerer. All right, so then the Ancient Artillery are up. I'm going to immobilize the Tinkerer no matter what. And they're both hitting the Tinkerer for 3. So 2. Yeah, we're fine over there. And miss. Okay. And then the remaining Stone Golem is stunned, so it takes 1 damage, down to 14. End the round. All right, so Mindthief wants to just kill it and move to do a little bit of healing. Move 3 is interesting because then we would hit this, but the Scoundrel shouldn't need help killing that actually. So we'd better off actually saving this maybe. And again, get some healing, which is nice. So the Scoundrel is going to just move up and finish off that artillery. Ooh, but a move 3 gets us to the chest. But a move 2 gets us a coin, and then we can get the chest afterwards. Although then I guess we're getting the chest and nothing. But we're not really hitting this thing next turn anyway, so I guess that's fine. What if... No, actually we can do better then. Yeah, and we'll use Empathetic Assault afterwards. All right, that's fine. So actually, how this can be better is because we can then have the Mindthief be the one to go... no, we can't, right? We can't make it to kill this. Yeah, that one's pretty well encroached back there. Where's Hook'em when you need it? So we have a move 4 jump, so we could go execute it the following turn, but we can't ever actually make it if we do 1, 2, 3 this turn. We'd have to do 4, but this doesn't work. I mean, I guess if... No, it never works because we used our own potion. Yeah, it's impossible. Unless we create ice with the top, which is not possible. Because we need to create ice the same turn that the Tinker would use volatile. I mean, I guess we can just short rest 1 turn early. Yeah. Is that really necessary? I mean, I guess it's fine. All right, so let's correct again and do that. Then we're missing out on some healing. But I suppose that's okay. And also, we're going to be the one getting smacked, which kind of sucks. I guess if the Scoundrel goes 1, 2... no. Problem is if they do their AoEs. I guess if they do their AoEs, just grab the chest. Then we missed out on creating an ice, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, let's just try like this. This has upside of allowing us to kill that target next turn. So what's this Tinker doing? Well, the Tinker's immobilized, so we can play a bottom action. I guess we don't need to play this bottom action now. Just do double heal. Suppose... Maybe we'll need to keep this for the Scoundrel, but it doesn't seem likely. How much does heal 4 do? Well, everyone needs healing. Yeah, let's just do our heal 4 now, I guess. We'll just do the 2 heals this turn. All right, this works. Let's go. Yeah, it is the AoE. All right, all right. -1 range. I don't think that changes anything. So the the Scoundrel's first. We're going to do move 4, gain advantage. I guess we can use our boots because we'll long rest after this anyway. So 6, move 4, jump, gain it. Oh, we have to go here to pick up this with the Mindthief. We're being stupid. We need this. Oh no. Is the Tinker? I mean, I guess the Tinker's not retiring here. So 2 check marks does give us a perk. Oh, right through the heart. Yeah, we're being dumb. I mean, I guess we're just not killing this in one turn. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So anyway, the Mindthief, or the Scoundrels first. We're doing move 4 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess we will use our boots, like I said, so we get 5, 6. 5, 6, because this gets a coin as well and stuff. So we go there. And then we use the top of open wounds. This is an attack 5, plus the target's poisons. This makes this an attack 6, and we have advantage because of flurry. I don't like this. All right, that's fine. So we get the kill. There. And we heal for 1. So then the Mindthief goes. Mindthief is going to use... Yeah, creating ice in the end doesn't matter this turn since we didn't play the bottom of Volatile. So we're going to use the top of... So we need to move to the chest no matter what. Right? I think so. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, no, we need both chests. If we start going down there, then... I mean, I guess then the Scoundrel can just come back for it while the Mindthief is down there. But we don't actually have that big of a move jump. No. Better for the Mindthief to get it. So what do we wait 1 turn to execute it? It's not like one of these enemies is really that threatening. All right, so we will use the top of, I guess, Corrupting Embrace just as a generic attack and hit the Golem, Consuming Dark. So, yeah, it dies. And then we shall use the bottom of Dark Frenzy, which creates ice, but again, this doesn't matter. And we shall go to the chest here. Man, there's so many coins. Ugh, it hurts. It hurts. All right, so we got our check mark. And we need to name this one appropriately. So the other one, so this is the Sphere of Midnight. So this is going to be the one to do with darkness. All right, whereas the other one, Zenith, is going to be the sun. So then it's the Tinkerer's turn. So we've got 7 healing total. How do we want to distribute it? I guess if we go 7 to ourselves, we go to 16, then long rest puts us to 18. That works pretty well. Mindthief theoretically can heal herself for 4. I mean, the one I like to heal the most is the Scoundrel, but actually Scoundrel's outside of range, unfortunately. Oh no, this is range 4 actually. All right, yeah. So we're gonna use the bottom of auto turret actually to heal the Scoundrel for 3. So Scoundrel goes up to 14. And we're gonna use the top of Stamina Booster to heal ourselves for 4. Bring ourselves up to 13 as well. All right. And we lose our Immobilize. And then the Ancient Artillery go, and the Stone Golems are eliminated. So the Ancient Artillery makes attack -1, range -1, so that's plenty of range to the Scoundrel. So attack -1 is a 3 on the Scoundrel. So 4. Okay. Yeah, I think long resting in the Scoundrel is worth it. I think I'd really like to make sure I have my boots for when I go into that last room. So what if I get hit here? So the Mindthief, I guess, gets to pick up a coin. Guess we go there, or then the following turn we can't execute. Sure. Precious coins. So the Tinkerer, I guess, just needs to move up. We're not creating ice this turn anyway. No. So we move up using, let's see, we don't want to be clumped, so there. I guess we go there if we can, otherwise we can go somewhere else. Yeah, it's fine to use a move 4 here. Guess we're going to always have to walk through the traps, right? On the Tinkerer. Yeah, you don't really have a choice, we don't have jump. So be it. And we'll heal the Scoundrel. Eventually we'll do this to the Scoundrel, but it's better to do that when it's safer. Alright. When in case of AoE. Alright, well no AoE, but that's fine. So the Mindthief does a move 2 with Empathetic Assault. 1, 2, and so from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, like I said. Yeah, that works. So we heal ourselves for 2. And we get a strength. Alright, and then the Tinkerer's up. So the Tinker has a move 4 with Ink Bomb. Oh no! Precious coin. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go here, it hits there. It's true we can clear some traps with Smoke Bomb. That's a good point. That is a good point. We could also clear some traps by tossing them, but yeah, that's probably not the best way. All right, so we'll just go there and we'll do a heal 3 on the Scoundrel since the Scoundrel's going to get hit this turn. All right, and then the Ancient Artillery makes an attack 4 on the Scoundrel. So 3. And the Scoundrel gets a long rest, so up to 12. That's the end of the round. We choose which card to lose. We did use our slice of him, yeah. So, it's time to lose. Oh man, with all these coins, burning oil. Yeah. Yeah, we would lose a lot of rounds being immobilized, there's no doubt about it. And the Mindthief needs to do a short rest. We're not going to pull that back because it's important to have. We need to use Slice of Ham. I mean, I guess this doesn't matter so much against the boss, so that's okay. Alright, so we need to do a move 4 jump. We have only one of those remaining, actually. Interesting. Alright. And we want to play an early initiative card, which we're going to ham back anyway, so I guess our earliest is this, since no matter what, it's getting ham back. That works. So then the Scoundrel. Oh no, but we have to go after the Scoundrel, because the Scoundrel wants to, yeah, we want to clear those traps, like you said. So what are we doing at the top? So we just gain 2 experience by tossing this one first. And then pulling, sure. So we're going at 12 initiative. Can we go slightly after 12? Not easily. I guess these things are so late that it doesn't really matter. So sure, we'll do these 2 things. So that means we need to go after that. So I guess we're going at 29 and hoping that doesn't go before us. That should be okay. And then the Tinkerer just needs to move next to the Scoundrel, but I guess this will be cleared and we can use a Slice of Ham. We're definitely giving back a card. And yeah, the other card we use doesn't matter because I guess we're getting it back. All right, let's go. Oh, we don't need to jump if it gets pulled to here. This will still be here. Oh, no. Okay, so we need to actually do this differently. All right, because we need to save the disarm. Because I was thinking we would be running into the trap. We won't be running into the trap. We just need to go down to here, or even here. If we go there, we can actually use anything. But I guess it's better to move further. But at the same time, we can do our 2 healing here. Okay, hold on. So we've got a better plan then. We need to adapt. Since we're not going to walk into that trap, we will need the Scoundrel to keep the trap disarm, and spring the trap. To remove that one, I think. So in that case, we can go as early as we want on the Scoundrel. Let's do something like this instead, pulling it at 3. So we pull it at 3, then the Mindthief needs to go afterwards, and we can still do our early initiative, but I guess we can just do this then. So we can heal ourselves, because we only need to move 2 anyway. And we can do a top generic, which can again be this. But I guess if that's the case, because we don't need to jump in the end, we can use this to have the very good initiative. So the 3-5. All right, that works. So the Scoundrel pulls to here at 3, the Mindthief moves to here at 5 and executes it. Scoundrel does nothing with the top. Guess we can gain 1 experience. And then the Tinkerer moves to here. No, there'll be a coin. Ugh, moves to here. And gives the Scoundrel an item back. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. 37. All right. So Scoundrel first. We're going to make an attack with Flurry just to gain 1 experience. Just make sure we get 9 after this. Okay, well, it doubles. It kind of sucks that we lost that. Oh man, we would have had that for the boss. Oh no. Oh, it was set up. It was ready for us. We would have one-shot another boss because we certainly weren't attacking anything else after this. Oh man. I mean, it still doesn't ever make sense to not attack here. It's just 1 free experience. I mean, I guess we flipped a lot of good stuff. I don't know. I mean, yeah, in hindsight, obviously it was bad to attack here, but I don't think it's actually incorrect to attack there. I think you're just supposed to take the 1 free experience. I guess we could look and see if the 1 free experience actually could matter. How much do we need to gain a level? 20? Okay, how much for successfully completing the scenario? 16. Yeah, all right, I'm filled with regret. We didn't actually, that experience changes nothing. I mean, I guess theoretically it can change something if we miss twice in a row. I mean, if we were to fail 2 scenarios in a row, but I don't think we're failing. What game is this and what is this about? Hey, because it's Philip. Well, given that I have a little bit of time, since I just have to be done by around 7. So this is Gloomhaven. Where do we have the title? Well, the title's up there on the back of the board. So this is a campaign-based dungeon crawler with legacy components. So can be played by 1 to 4 people. Although if you play as one, you need to play two-handed. The game's not designed to play only a single character, in which you start one of 6 starting characters, and you basically progress through a campaign where you do dungeon after dungeon. And each dungeon is set up like this, and it involves tactical combat, which is played with cards instead of dice. And then from scenario to scenario, you get gold and gold to buy items and to do some other enhancement stuff. And you get experience, which lets you level up and pick more cards as you level up to bring to scenarios. And you also progress through a story while doing this. And yeah. And every party is either 2 to 4 characters. I mean, it's somewhere between 2 to 4 characters. Like I said, if you play solo, you play 2 of the characters, and it can be played up to 4. Here we're playing solo, playing three-handed, which is quite a challenge. Welcome back, Thesarius. And so the legacy components, one of them, for example, is one of the things you can do with money is you can buy these things called enhancements, which allows you to permanently change a card to give it an additional effect by spending gold on it. And then that effect persists even after you're finished with that character, because every character's goal is to retire. So that means when you start one of the 6 basic characters, you draw one of these 2 personal quests, and you choose one of them, and once you complete that, you retire that character, and it unlocks an unlockable class for you, of which there are 11. And so these are like the secret rewards in the game, and they're kind of more advanced classes. And yeah, it's very fun to play. I mean, it's the #1 game in the world on Board Game Geek. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe bet that it's quite popular. It's really, really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I've got more hours than I can count in this game at this point. So while I can give you that introduction, it's not really possible for me today to give you an explanation of how the game works. But there is a rule book so the Gloomhaven mod in TTS. So I guess you probably know Tabletop Simulator since you're here. The Gloomhaven mod is completely free. So either if you have Tabletop Simulator, you can download the mod. You can read the rule book in the mod. This isn't the easiest way to learn, but it will work if you're dedicated enough. Otherwise, you can certainly Google some like how to play Gloomhaven and watch a YouTube video. I think there's probably one that's around 30 minutes long, which I think is decent. I've never really watched these myself. Otherwise, there's the Gloomhaven subreddit, so reddit.com/r/Gloomhaven, where you can go and you can certainly ask questions, and you'll find a lot of resources there also for a new player. And you can also try to find other people to play with on TTS there. Otherwise, like I said, you can always play solo, which is what I'm doing here, and it's certainly quite fun itself. And yeah, like I said, I mean, so Tabletop Simulator, if you don't have it, is only 10. I mean, it's 50% off on Steam right now for the winter sale. And then the game, like I said, the Gloomhaven within Tabletop Simulator is free. And there are 2 actually very good Gloomhaven mods. There's the one I'm playing here, and there's another one called Fantasy Setup, which, depending on how you prefer to play the game, might be better. It's certainly a little bit more new player friendly as well. So you can also look into potentially trying that one. It just depends on how you view one part of the game. All right. Well, anyway, punish for our attack. Then we're going to use the bottom of Smoke Bomb to do a pull 2, range 3. And we're just going to pull this to here, which poisons and immobilizes it, but this doesn't really matter. Okay, fair enough. So next up, we have the Mindthief. So we're going to use the bottom of Empathetic Assault to do a move 2, heal 2 self, which is just to get ourselves back up to full. And we're going to move here. The Strengthen, again, doesn't really matter. We're going to grab this coin. And then we're going to use the top of Cranium Overload as a generic attack, which with the dark which is around, because of Phantasmal Killer, executes this enemy and gives us a kill. Playing right now while listening to you play and occasionally glancing over. Nice. Chorus, you were the one who asked about the video of my playthrough 2-4. Like I said, I should hopefully have another one up within. I'm gonna try to do it within a week-ish. Worst case scenario, if I don't find the time, I will upload the other one with the A little asterisk attached and just not use this as an argument against the stamina potion thing. I think it is interesting enough still to see. I'm definitely, now that I've successfully accomplished that once, I'm going forward, I'm going to try to push the difficulty a little bit more by maybe doing some more higher number setups with lower party counts, but it's going to depend, obviously. I mean, there's a big distinction of playing level 9 characters versus sub-level 9 characters, certainly. Although the reason, again, that I did it for that specifically was because a good example of something that's easily broken using stamina potions is repeatedly playing Inferno, so that's why it made sense to use level 9 Spellweaver. All right, so the Mindthief is done here, and then we have the Tinkerer. Okay, how did you delete player areas in this mod? Or is it something easy enough to find in Google? Player areas. What do you mean? The hands? Like where the cards go into your hand if you move them in that place? I can tell you how to delete that if that's what you're asking. Interis. Yes, okay. So it's pretty simple. Up in the top left, you just click on Zone, And then after you've clicked on the zone tab, you'll find like 5 options here. You just click on hands, and that'll show you all of them. So you can both create hands, whatever size you want. After you've created them, you right click on them, you can assign them to whichever player, and then you can left click on them again, which will delete them. So you can delete all of them like that. Okay, so that's eliminated, and then we've just got the Tinker who's up. So the Tinker is going to perform a generic move 2 with the bottom of Reviving Shock. Just going to move to here, and we're going to use a slice of this ham, and then we're going to use the top of Noxious Vials to give back the compass. It's got to be correct. Wait, did we use? Yeah, we did use the compass in this room, yeah. We only need 1 summon for the boss fight. We don't actually need 2 because we only need really 1 turn of adjacency. Yeah, having 2 would be nice, but it's more important to make sure that we can move an enemy away from the boss than it is to make sure we have 2 summons. Guess I'm weird. I've enjoyed using them as a way to reduce clutter. So when I played 2-handed, I did use the hands, but playing for 3, I find it too difficult. When I go back to 2, I'll probably try using hands again. But with 3, there's just too many cards and too many, or too many hands. All right, so we used a slice of ham, which gave us back Reviving Shock. All right. So now what? So the Scoundrel has the ability to remove that trap, and I guess we should use a smaller move. We can do a move 2, but there's no reason to do that. We don't need to use ham, so we can just use a slightly larger move and get rid of the trap. Okay. And then the Mindthief is also going to move towards the door. Mindthief can use a slice of ham. We also actually do need to set up the Mind's weakness, actually. So maybe it's not ham this turn. Yeah, and we can probably just jump over. It's the easiest way. So just with this, I suppose. I guess, are we going to long rest before going in there? No, probably not. We don't really need to, but we do have a setup turn. So we could actually take our time, right, and grab this coin. Yeah, and this allows us to use a generic bottom action, so with whatever, to get ham, and to use ham to get an extra turn anyway. All right, and so the Tinkerer, well, is just going to play these 2 cards. I guess that's really not good. We should just short rest. We don't need to worry about longevity here. This is silly. Let's short rest. We can get a heal back and get a larger move. Man, the targeted short rests are kind of rough here, right? That's our best top action against the boss. No, let's reroll. It's also a good move here. Yeah, alright. Well, that's also bad. Neither of these things were good. But I guess we mostly got cards we don't want to lose. Just remembering where dump cards I'm using. Yeah, I gotcha. Alright, so we've got a 4 with the Tinkerer, so that allows us to go to the trap after the Scoundrel's removed it. And then the Scoundrel is moving there, so we can give the Scoundrel a summon back now, and then we can do some healing next turn. I think that's fine. Because we've only got 1 top heal anyway, so we can do top and bottom heal next turn. So we're going to use a move 4, and we're going to use the cards back. All right, beautiful. Let me the item back. Let's go. So Scoundrel's first. We're going to do a move 5 with open wound. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3 to here. And then we're going to use the top of Spring the Trap, gaining 2 experience, and remove this trap. We don't get to throw at anyone, but there are 2 separate lines. We do get to still disarm the trap. So then the Mindthief goes. Mindthief is going to use the generic move 2 on the bottom of Frigid Apparition to just move to this coin here. And we're going to use a slice of ham to get that bottom action back. And then we're going to use the top of Mind's Weakness, activating it, and deactivating our old augment. Because we certainly care more about damage than executing regular enemies as we go into the boss's room. And then it's the Tinkerer's turn, so we're going to use a move 4 on the bottom of Ink Bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then we're going to use the top of Noxious Vials. One adjacent ally may refresh one of their consumed items. Yeah, I don't think we care that much about a potion. So yeah, we'll be getting the Falcon figurine back. Beautiful. All right, and that's the end of the round. So, do we long rest early here? We need, yeah, because we can't short rest, can we? Because we need to keep basically all these cards except Open Wound. If we lose Open Wound, do we have enough movement? I guess we do. All right, yeah, so let's let us long rest early here on the Scoundrel. This seems silly, especially because how little longevity we have, but we shouldn't need basically more than 2 turns of hitting the boss with the Scoundrel to win this scenario. It's just not necessary. And if we don't long rest here, if we try to wait one more turn, we're just wasting time for everyone else. And we kind of do need to long rest to make sure that we lose specifically open wound. Then we can do our setup turn, and then we go in. All right, so we long rest there. It also gives us 2 life, which is kind of why not. Excuse me. So then the Mindthief can move up next to the door. I mean, really could have picked up another potion. Another coin. I guess we still can. I mean, do our jump like that. Long resting, yeah, it doesn't give us anything. We're at full health. Sure. So we just have to keep our big jump, and then other actions don't really matter. I guess this would allow someone to get some cards back. Next time I'm in Toronto, I'll do my best, Antares. So is it worth it to volatile concoction here? Because I guess we won't have it again. So let's see. We're long resting this turn, so we'll have 2 turns of sitting here, basically. So that means 2 bottom actions and 2 top actions. We don't actually have 2 top actions to play. So our bottom actions will be this and this. So I mean, we should still do this turn because this is the turn that ice. Oh no, we won't create ice here. So we can't actually create ice. So we want to do this. Oh, and we also accidentally played our move 4 jump. Wow, we're killing it here. So if we create ice this turn, we can use it for volatile concoction. And as for our top action, again, it should just be a heal. We've got nothing else to do anyway. Okay, this looks good. So let's go. So first things first, we're going to use our move 3 with Dark Frenzy. Go grab this coin here. Oh, but then we're not, then it's not really doing anything, huh? Well, then in the end, Volatile Concoction is doing nothing as the bottom. I mean, because the Mindthief's too far away now. But I think I'd rather get a coin for the Mindthief than use Volatile Concoction on the Mindthief. I don't think it really matters that much here. That moment when you realize you forgot to raise the maximum health on your Brute, causing you to lose 2 cards instead of 1 to damage. Oof. Yeah, that happens sometimes to forget, especially playing TTS. You got so many things going on. How many are you playing solo, Korish? And if so, how many characters are you playing? So yeah, I guess with Volatile Concoction, we'll just move 1 closer to the room then. Since, yeah, it doesn't... Solo 4. Oof. Okay, yeah, that's... You're a braver man than I. Man or woman than I. Yeah, because Volatile Concoctioning the Scoundrel does nothing. The Scoundrel's long resting. Oh, I've done that on Mindthief. Forgot to go 67 from my first level. Yeah, I think I've done it on pretty much every character in the game while playing on TTS at least. Playing in person, I don't think I ever forgot, but it's a whole different beast on TTS, especially when you're playing multiple characters, and multiple being 4 is pretty extreme. So yeah, we'll just use Volatile Concoction to move there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no reason to ham it on this back. I guess there's no reason not to be honest. We've got so much ham. Maybe we use it in the last room. Better to just have it, I suppose. All right, so we'll bring that back. And we have a heal 3 on top, which can go to us or the Scoundrel. I guess it's more important for it to be on the Scoundrel. Us dying doesn't really matter. The Scoundrel dying does matter. Well, the Scoundrel will probably be invisible still. All right. So there we go. So we get 2 healing with our long rest. We choose a card to lose, which again is 1 very specific card. Goodbye, Open Wound. Brute, Scoundrel, Spellweaver, and Tinker. That's a fun party. Quite balanced. I mean, I'd obviously rather switch out the Scoundrel for the Mindthief, but in general, it's like as typical RPG party as possible, and it is quite balanced. Switching out the Mindthief is more just a preference thing. Well, and also the synergy between Mindthief and Spellweaver, being able to use Cold Fire from 3. But yeah. All right, so Scoundrel has to play the 2 cards that we always play before we enter the boss room. So we play these 2. And then the Mindthief is just moving back towards the door, so we play these 2. And then the Tinkerer is playing a bottom heal and nothing on top. Is it time to summon the Killbot? No, I don't think so. the truth is, playing a loss here for a summon isn't the worst ever. It would actually be worth it. Like it would be worth it to summon, right? The reason why it's not worth it, all right, it's very unlikely that I fail to kill this boss. But the real reason is, I mean, we kept Murder's Contraption just because the bottom attack is so. I mean, this allows us to do 10 damage in a turn against the boss, which is so important. So even though I would love to summon the Murderous Killbot, I might still, but I don't think it's the correct choice to do it this turn. Also, if I summon it here, or here even, because I guess the Mindthief doesn't need to move it. It's not even going to make it into the room significantly. Playing as a Mindthief right now in my ally game with friends, I'm 2 experience away from level 6, and I've been saving up gold for some major enhancements when I hit that power spike. Okay. Ooh, yeah. In my previous campaign, I had Disarm on the bottom of Dark Frenzy. Beautiful. All right, so we're just going to throw a card away here, which I guess we're just going to hand back anyway. So it doesn't matter what it is. All right. Let's go. So Mindthief first, we can do move 4 jump. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. 6. Yeah, it should be close enough to where the boss should be, I think. I think the boss is in the center of the room. I could be wrong, in which case it's going to be bad. But all right, so we move there and do nothing else. No reason to use ham here. Oh, wait, is there? Hold on. These 2 cards go into here. So then we're 7, we go to 6. No reason to use ham. All right. So then the Scoundrel is going to just activate both these cards. So we activate Spring the Trap and Smoke Bomb. I guess we have to be worried about him trying to steal our dark, but we're just going to be 1 to enter the room. So we're now invisible. I just put Dark Creation and Empathetic Assault, and I still have 140 gold left. Okay. And so then the Tinkerer uses a heal 3 on the bottom of Auto Turret on himself. He's the only one missing health. And the top, we're just going to use 1 slice of this ham. So we have 1 slice of each ham left, and we get Voltaic Concoction back yet again. All right, so into the room we go. We have a lot of rolling modifiers in our deck at this point, so it's fair that Advantage doesn't do as much, and we could use this to be absolutely safe, but in terms of having enough movement, but I think we should have enough movement, and I do really want the Advantage. I think making such a big attack, it really matters. There's still a significant difference in our ability to miss, even if we can still miss with Advantage. All right, so Mindthief Short Rest. Yeah, stunning doesn't really matter here. All right, so run in big time and hit with our best attacks, which is going to be this. He is immune to poison, right? But it still gives us 2 attack 3s. I mean, I guess it's better to save that for advantage, maybe. So yeah, I guess we should start with Frigid Apparition as our first attack, and then next turn we can, if he's still alive, we can Empathetic Assault and hit twice with Corrupting Embrace. I suppose that's better. Because even though Corrupting Embrace is better, I mean, 2 attack 3s on something non-shielded is better than 1 attack 6. Even without advantage, it's significantly better with advantage. The difference is even greater. So since we're going to end up doing both of them, it's better to do it in the correct order, basically. All right. And so then we're actually just going to run in with Stun Shot and Crankbow. We're going to play these 2 cards, right? So we can see what we'll see based on them. Worst case scenario, we can always just use Crankbow to move, even just as a generic move if we have to, possibly, with our boots, and then get Crankbow back with Ham, and then have it for next turn, and then stun something. Otherwise, ideally, this will be enough movement for us to get to where we want to go, and then to Crankbow the boss. All right, let's go. So, Scoundrels first. We have a move 4 jump on the bottom of Flurry of Blades. 1, 2, 3. All right. So we got some stuff to read and some stuff to set up. So the altar is here. Hopefully we don't have to hit the altar to hit the boss. Oh dear God. If any character is adjacent to the altar at the end of their turn, they discard the Crystal of Zenith or the Sphere of Midnight to cause the colorless to suffer 2 times C damage. What? I picked up these things to be able to do 6 damage to him? What? That's awful. Man, I thought it did something. All right. So colorless or boss special 1. The colorless consumes dark to summon 1 normal night demon for 2 or 3 characters and then gain invisible. Boss special 2. The colorless summons light to summon so 1 elite for us and then gains shield 1 and heals itself. Okay. So what is the colorless going to do, and what do we have still in this room? We have a regular knight and oh no! Oh, we don't get to spring the trap. He is not singled out. Disaster. Well, we got a new plan. We got a new plan. All right. This is getting more difficult than previously expected, but oof, oh, that's going to be rough. So we're not going to get advantage for our attack then, but that's okay. All right. Anyway, we'll deal with this. Let's set up the other stuff. Hold on. So we've got the colorless, right? Why does it say boss question mark? Oh yeah, because we haven't flipped him free. All right, special 2. So he's healing himself and shielding, but he's not going invisible, so that's fine. All right, so we can make this work. Yeah, him not being singled out does make things a little bit more interesting. I'm not planning on hitting him this turn. All right, so there's that and that. We've got a treasure chest here, which is kind of spicy. Oh yeah, the item in this is good for someone later on. We definitely want that. All right, and so we've got an elite sun demon and a regular night demon. So we would like to try to get the Tinker or the Night Demon kill if we can. But if we can't, so be it. All right. So let's see what they're up to as well. Man, this is rough, actually. We're going to have... Yeah, well, all right. So let's continue our turn. So we have one more movement now. So we're going to go to here. No reason to move any further than that, I think. We do want the other things to run up, so yeah, we definitely... Ooh, it's going to run up at 4, so before the Mindthief can go. Mindthief can execute it, but that's not really what we want to do. Do you want to do a multiplayer with this game sometimes? Because wouldn't mind joining. In general, so I do a little bit of multiplayer, but not too often. I try to avoid it mostly. Quite simply because when I play multiplayer, I end up talking to the person or people I'm playing with rather than talking to chat. I mean, talking to the viewers. So I don't really get to give explanations as much, and it makes it a little bit less interesting for viewers. That being said, I do it sometimes with Themerus, but this is more for custom class testing and that's a little bit less strategy. So it's difficult for me to commit to something like that. That being said, if you are looking for people to play with, you can definitely ask on the subreddit, and I'm sure you'll find people who are welcome to join. I'm sorry that it's more difficult for me. Time zones can also be a problem. So yeah, there's no point in attacking here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use the top of Stick to the Shadows as generic, and we're going to get this back. So then we're going to have a turn here, then these are all going to go, and then we'll have one more turn afterwards. This is rough. Is it better to get it back, or is it better to short rest? No, I think it's better to get it back. To not have advantage, we just have to have the heart of the cards here. And then we have to use our Cloak Invisibility because we need to prolong our invisibility. Oh yeah, we already got one. So that we can still get the Smoke Bomb modifier next turn. All right. So that's correct. Yeah. I mean, no, because we don't want to make an attack at all because this would wake this. Yep. All right. So we're done there. So then the Night Demon goes. So the Night Demon creates dark. Doesn't matter. Has +1 movement, -1 attack. So it's going to be 5 attack. I'm sure it makes it here no problem. And it's going to attack the Mindthief because of lower initiative. Both were equidistant. So an attack 5 on the Mindthief. 6. All right. So be it. And so then it is the Mindthief's turn. Well, so much for our previous plan. Now we have a new plan. So we're just going to use Frigid Apparition as an attack 6 on the Night Demon. Yeah, I don't think we'll use anything else here. Can use Ham, maybe, but we'll see. All right, we'll make this attack first. So we make an attack 6, 4 from Frigid Apparition, 2 from Mind's Weakness, with disadvantage. Oh, all right. So 7. Putting it down to 8. Is there anything to be gained by using the Ring of Haste here? Not really, I think. We make another attack this turn, but Maybe then, huh? Yeah, all right. All right, yeah, there is actually something to be gained here. All right, so let's actually use the Ring of Haste. So in that case, what we're going to do is we're actually going to use Cranium Overload just as a, well, I guess there's no reason to move away from it because it's always going to be disadvantaged anyway. Yeah, so, well, we're just going to move in place with Cranium Overload using it as a generic move too, and we're going to use our second slice of ham to get Cranium Overload back. Then we're going to use our Ring of Haste. At the end of your turn, play one card from your hand and immediately perform the bottom action on that card. So we're going to do that, and we're going to immediately play Dark Frenzy. So this is going to create ice, doesn't matter, but it's going to give us an attack 3 targeting the Night Demon. So it's going to be disadvantaged. There's no need to move away first because it's always disadvantaged anyway. Okay, that hurts a bit. So we've got to do well here. So that puts this to 6. There's nothing else we could do to help that. Was there? No. All right. So now the boss goes. So the boss. Oh man, we're never gonna get these things away from him though. I mean, I guess that one will move up, and then we can move. Yeah, okay. It still works. It still works. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. All right. So then the boss goes. So the boss, special 2, he has 1 shield. He heals himself for 7. None of this stuff matters. He summons an elite Sun Demon. I guess I'll show that this one's summoned, although I never plan on killing it, so just this S alone is enough. Well, all right, let's write its health. Who knows what happens here? And yeah, heals himself and shields. None of this matters. All right. Yeah, me. I haven't fought oozes for a while, actually. That's why I believe. So now it's the Tinkerer's turn. So the Tinkerer is just going to use, how much? We have 2 slices of ham left. So yeah, we should just use it. All right, we're going to use the bottom of Stun Shot as a generic move too, and we're just going to step back to here. So we'll use the last slice of this ham to just get Stun Shot back. And then we're going to use the top of Crankbow. We're going to gain 2 experience. We're going to use our goggles. And we're going to make an attack 6. So neither advantage nor disadvantage, targeting this Night Demon with 6 health. All right, this is the first phase of Heart of the Cards, is we just have to get a +0 or higher here, which is normally, please clean up your lost pile. You clean up your lost pile. My lost pile's fine. What are you talking about? All right, yeah, you get over here. That's enough of that. That's what nonsense is. My last pile is perfect. All right, so attack 6. There's nothing else we can use. We could use Stun Powder. I guess we should actually. Stunning these other things shouldn't really matter. Yeah, all right, let's just use the Stun Powder just to be safe. I guess worst case scenario, we can hit it with something else with the Ring of Haste. All right, so Stun Powdered. No, because we're going to kill it with Ring of Haste. If we fail to kill it here somehow, we're going to use Ring of Haste to make a bottom attack on it. And if that, I mean, maybe we can use Stun Powder on that if we have to. So there's no reason to use it now. So no Stun Powder. We're just hitting it with an attack 6, neither advantage nor disadvantaged. Oh, yeah. Ah, yes. All right, we did it. The Tinker will retire. Despite the Mindthief trying to stop him at every step, the Tinker has achieved his life goal. Check. All right, beautiful. Was it maybe a bit silly to go so ham playing cards attacking something which is not even the goal for the scenario? Yes, it was. But we got the retirement goal. Yeah, Mindthief's going to be very sad, I'm sure. All right, then we have the Elite here. This one was just summoned, so 1, 2, 3. This is also downside of killing this, is it's going to get to attack. Ooh, this is going to hurt, too. Yeah, this is like a parting gift from the Tinker to the Mindthief, huh? Like, the Tinker's just walking away out of the scenario, both hands extended, middle fingers up towards the Mindthief. Tried to keep me from retiring this long. All right, attack 6 with advantage on the Mindthief. Okay, so 5 damage. Oof. How are we even getting in here? Because we're not. And that's the end of the round. Okay, so now we have to believe, like I said. So these are eliminated for now. Doing these things. Doing all these things. All right, so what can they do? I guess we can jump and get in and start punching as well. This definitely doesn't help anyone to be stuck out here. Tinker, unfortunately, cannot jump and get in and start punching. So the Tinker, I guess, is just going to stun one of these elite. I mean, I guess this elite, just to mitigate some incoming damage. And do what? There's nothing else that's really meaningful that the Tinker can do, actually. So just play something as generic, I suppose. All right. So the Mindthief can jump in, but then we're not really... I mean, I guess we're still making an attack 5. We just should be attacking the boss. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can maybe make it to the chest. I mean, to use our thing eventually to do 6 damage. Yeah, all that stuff makes sense. All right. So should we go even earlier then? Is there an advantage to this? Probably not a disadvantage to it. I mean, enemies shouldn't go before us if we go at 5. I guess we'll have late initiative the following turn, but it doesn't really change much. So with the move 4 jump, we have enough, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, we get to make an attack 5 on the boss. I guess that's better than nothing. Sure. And we still can go invisible, so we're pretty safe. All right, let's do it. Which one? What is freaking out this game now? Who has bad initiative? Why does TTS do this sometimes? What have I done to TTS to cause it to be like this? All right, well, we're doing it manually then. Thank you, TTS. All right, so he would go invisible, but he won't have dark to do it, so it doesn't matter. So first things first is the Mindthief. We're going to do move 4 jump, poison everything we move through, or all enemies we move through. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. So we do actually poison this. Not that this really matters. And then we use the top of Cranium Overload as a generic attack 2, plus 2 from Mind's weakness is 4, plus 1 from Versatile Blade, or Versatile Dagger is 5. So we get an attack 5 on the boss. We did need to set the boss's health, which is 57. So making an attack 5 on your boss. Beautiful. Love it. Bit of a problem. So let's see. Sun Demons will be attacking. The Scoundrel will not be invisible anymore. Yeah, the Mindthief should go invisible. It would be silly to risk our lives. Let's use the healing potion as well while we're at it, just to be safe. So we'll use our invis and our healing potion. I could use my Ring of Haste now to either pick up the chest or go towards the altar to drop something off, but I think that's just silly. I'd rather use it for an additional attack at some point in the future here. Don't have that many cards left. All right, so Mindthief is done at 5, so the next up is the Scoundrel at 6. So the Scoundrel is going to use the bottom of Backstab. Do we have? No, we have no ham left. Do have a bunch of stuff though. So we're gonna use the bottom of Backstab. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess, like this. We're gonna use all our items. So we're gonna use the compass. I'm not using the healing potion, I guess. So we're gonna use the falcon and the hammer. So we're gonna put the hammer here. Put the falcon here. We're going to, so when do we use the Zenith thing? We can use it anytime. If any character is adjacent to the altar at the end of their turn. All right, so we can do this afterwards. We can discard the thing to make him take 6 damage. All right. And we're going to use the compass, yeah, as we've already said, and we're going to move this 1, 2, like so. And unfortunately, it's still going to hit here. But it doesn't change much. What if we use the compass first? Because it's going to kill both of our summons. But I guess it's going to go there, so it still won't be adjacent to the boss, which is actually good for us. And the boss won't... So the boss only summons if they consume, right? To summon... Oh yeah, we get to go before it. You're right. We can Sunshot Volatile Bomb. Good call. Yeah. So definitely move it to there. Good call. Hold on. I need to make sure I understand this. So it consumes this to do this, then gains shield 1 and heals itself. So does it shield 1 and heal itself even if it doesn't consume the element? Or is consuming the element mandatory for both parts? Is it only the first part, or is it second? Both parts, basically, is my question. We have the FAQ up, so let's actually take a look. This is scenario 81, right? Only affects the summoning. The other parts go off regardless. Okay. Okay, yep. So he's gonna heal himself for 7, no matter what. That's a little bit annoying. So anyway, we move there with backstab. We're going to use Stick to the Shadows. There's dark here. There's always dark. We're going to consume the dark. I guess Mindthief also created dark for us. We gain 2 experience. So we have all the conditions again. So the enemy is adjacent to some of our allies, not adjacent to any of its allies. So we satisfy Spring the Trap, and we're invisible, so we satisfy Smoke Bomb. So this gives us 4 more experience. Both of these are lost. So our 8 from here gets doubled once to 16, gets doubled another time to 32. So we make an attack for 32. Oh dear God. Okay, that's fine. Honestly, like, it doesn't need to be flashy. As long as it's not a miss, I do not care. I'm perfectly happy. A +1 will do. So 33 to the boss, which puts the boss down to 25 health. And then at the end of our turn, we're going to throw away our chesty item to deal 9 more damage to the boss. Or 6 more damage to the boss, putting the boss down to 19. Yeah, we do still need to deal more damage to it. This is actually going to be more difficult because the Scoundrel has only 1 more turn. All right, so that's done there. So next up is indeed the Tinkerer's turn. So the Tinkerer is going to use Stun Shot with Volatile Bomb, as already explained. And we're going to hit both of them. We have to flip anyway. We'll do the closer one. Well, that's actually relevant on the flip, I guess. And the further one. I guess we do technically deal 1 damage here. So it's going to actually be down to 20 with the wound. And this one's going to be down to 21 with the wound. So then I'm just going to skip their turns. I'm not placing the stuns, but this was Stun Shot. Oh. Yeah. What did I? Yeah, I did mess it up. That one. How did I mess that up? I was subtracting. Which one did I do wrong? It was the first one, right? 57 minus 33 is 24, and I did it to 25, I guess? Because I thought it was 32, I suppose? I don't know. Well, anyway, good call. That 1 damage could matter. So that's the Tinkerer's turn. We have a generic move with the bottom here. We're not getting close enough to ever hit the boss again, I guess. I guess we'll just move up here, though. No, I guess luring them out, nothing we do really changes anything. It's up to those two. Yeah. So I guess we'll just move there and use our last slice of ham to get back the card we moved with. All right. So then the boss goes. So he shields for 1 and heals himself for 7. So he's back up to 25. Ugh. All right. And doesn't do any summoning because... Oh no, it's the light. So he does summon. Oh no. That is bad. I thought it was the other one. Oh no, it's special 1. It's special 1. Oh wait, no. So he does go invisible then. Wait, that's... Yeah, I was looking at the wrong special. So he always goes invisible here. That's actually awful. So he doesn't heal for 7, but he does go invisible. That's even worse. And we're no longer invisible. Yeah, well, I might very well lose this scenario, actually. And then, yeah, they went, they took their damage from the wounds and lost their stuns. Okay. I guess I'm supposed to long rest then with the Scoundrel here, because I need him to not be... The problem is, if I go, the latest I can go is 26, which has only, I think, 3 out of 8 to go after him. Otherwise, it's just a disaster. I mean, I guess if he summons, it's also bad because I'm never going to get my bonus with backstab, but I guess I can still get the bonus to Stick to the Shadows. So, yeah, it's just better for me to wait. And then he heals himself while long rest. Is it better? All right. Well, I guess we can look at his deck real quick. We shouldn't. I mean, it is what I know it is. All special 2s will be before, but the special 2 is also bad because it's before. All right. Merry Christmas, Isio. Happy holidays. Take care and see you soon. Long resting is so bad, though. I mean, neither of us get to hit him. How do we actually kill him? If he just, I mean, so isn't it theoretically then possible to never win this scenario because he can just chain invisibility forever? I mean, I guess the odds of that happening are so low, but if he flips like 4 invisibilities in a row and just keeps summoning and you have to keep fighting those enemies, this is really obnoxious, actually. All right. Problem is, if we long rest and he goes invis again, it changes nothing. But if he, I mean, I guess then it was still better for us to long rest, because then maybe we can go after him the following turn. And if he doesn't go invis, I guess it's better for us to wait, because yeah. Well, his special 2, God, this is so bad. No, we have to try to count on him not going. I mean, him not going invis. All right, we'll long rest on the Scoundrel. The Mindthief, I guess, wants to go later, so that hopefully he pops out of his invis. And the Tinker, like I said, can't really contribute anything in a meaningful way here. Just gonna play some cards, I guess. I don't really know what we're doing over here. Poisoning and attacking or something like that. All right, let's go. So he just goes invis again. What? This is so dumb. Wait, oh, we forgot to reshuffle. Oh god, okay, hold on. It's because there supposed to be a reshuffle there? No, there wasn't. Because we had to do it manually last round, it didn't have the auto reshuffle. Okay, never mind. We can eliminate this, and then eliminate. Yeah, it's messed up now, but all right. Okay, that's good. Whew. All right, we've got a chance. So he's at 52, so we'll need to insert that between those. All right, so first up is the Tinkerer. So we still have our stun powder, I might as well use that. So we do want to absorb this thing's hit. So will you, I mean, I guess it's still coming for us no matter what, but there's no reason not to stun it, I suppose. Man, we're just not doing anything here. All right, so we're just gonna use Toxic Bolt and Murder's Contraption, both attacking the back Elite Sun Demon. And we'll use the stun powder on the second attack. Okay, so it does no damage but poisons it. And then the second one is actually pretty big, right? So it's actually 8 because of the poison, so 6 actual damage. Down to 15. Stuns it, and it's poisoned. Okay, and we're done. So the Sun Demons go, so they both take 1 from their wounds. And then the, oop. I don't want to rewind. We're just getting another Sun Demon out. No, I've got to get the correct number. God. I'm tilted, and I'm also running out of time. So which number was it that we deleted? I think it was 5, right? 2, yes, it was 5. All right. Let's find Sun Demon number 5, which had now 19 health left. No. Again, failing to grab the thing we want to grab. Is there supposed to be a coin on the door? Yeah, because we killed the night demon there. Okay. So this took damage, this took damage, sure. And then so that the elite attacks the Tinkerer. The attack is +0. But with advantage. All right. So we take 5. All right. So the Sun Demons are done. So then the boss goes at 52. Well, there go our summons, but so be it, I guess. So the boss loses his invis, at the very least. And move -1, he has 4 movement. I mean, so he has to move 1 away this way, I guess. Yeah. And then attacks the hammer and then the falcon in that order. Oh, okay. The hammer lives. That's nice. The falcon certainly dead. All right. That was at least good. So that's the boss's turn. So then we're at 67 with the Mindthief. Oh, we need to move here, but then the hammer doesn't hit. I guess we can go there later. There's no hurry. We can pick up the chest now. So what is the attack we want to play? I mean, I guess it doesn't... No, we want to gain advantage. All right, so we're going to use Empathetic Assault. So we're going to heal for 2 and strengthen so that hopefully we don't miss again. And we're going to move on to the chest. I'll grab it after I finish my turn. I guess no, I should grab it first. No, because it's the end of the round anyway. Yep. So I'll grab it after I finish my turn. So then we're going to use the top of Phantasmal Killer as a generic attack 5 because of Mind's Weakness and the Blade. So attack 5 on the boss with advantage. But our deck didn't reshuffle because it didn't count as a turn last time. Are there any other decks that did that? No, ours was fine. Ours was fine. Stupid TTS thinking that cards don't have initiative sometimes. All right, so we got to reshuffle our deck. So we attack with advantage. Wow, that's depressing. Our attacks have been horrendous. So we just get a 5 on him. We're down to 13. And we grab the chest. So the chest is number 68. The Helix Ring. Yep. So we'll be spoiling item number 130 now. You have been warned. As we've just unlocked it. All right, so during your turn, consume light and dark to perform heal 25 self. This is really nice on tanky classes if you can have both the element generation. So there's at least, I mean, yeah, it can work pretty well on at least one class. All right, so we're done there. The boss was earlier. So then it's the Scoundrel's turn. So the summon is just going to move to here, and it makes an attack. It attacks for 3, so an attack 3 on the boss. Every little bit counts. So 4, boss goes down to 9. And Mindthief is no longer invisible. Alright, so that's the end of the round. So we do our long rest. We can choose a card to lose. So we want to lose Backstab. We want to go with these two and end this thing. Mindthief, short rest as well. Certainly not bringing back the Mind's Weakness. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. That's true. I could keep repeating this with the Mindthief's Ice, but unfortunately the Tinker being locked out by these Sun Demons does cause a bit of a problem there. Alright, so this should end it. So the Mindthief can pick up a coin, theoretically. Also needs to be able to move next to the altar just in case, because that'll add a bit of extra damage. We need to attack first. I guess moving next to the altar and attacking works with this. Yeah, this definitely is all the stuff we want to do. These attacks plus these attacks. Yep, looks good. And the Tinker, I think the Tinker can just long rest here. I don't know if that really changes anything. Yeah, I think we'll just long rest. That way we can lose a card from hand if we need to for absorbing damage. We're not getting in to hit anything right now, and this will refresh this, which gives us a little bit more health and damage. I mean, just basically we're just tanking here, no matter what, so. I mean, that is going to go attack there, but it hopefully shouldn't matter. Okay, so he's trying to go invisible again. Really trying to spam that, huh? And they're going to do some healing and stuff, but shouldn't matter. So, first up is the Scoundrel Summon, which makes another attack 3 on the boss. 4, 5. Alright, so then the boss does die, because we can just kill it with the thing at the altar. Alright, so we're going to do a move 4 with the bottom of Flurry, going to here. We're going to consume the dark with the top of Stick to the Shadows, gain 2 experience. This is an attack 8 with advantage. Alright, so the boss is dead. Puts a coin there, and so then the Mindthief can just go and... I mean, I guess we do theoretically want to try to kill one of these for our battle goal, but... One check mark does nothing, yeah. Alright, so we'll just move on to one of the coins. Yep. And I guess we can move on to the one of the coins, I guess here, actually. Because I forgot we still have Stun Powder. And we can use Stun Powder with Dark Frenzy to stun this Elite Demon. I'll make the attack, even though it doesn't really matter. Again, it's just to stun it, using our Stun Powder. I guess we could have used the Volatile Bomb instead, although it just doesn't work with Stun Powder. Okay, so then there's no way that we can ever lose now, because there's just this one Sun Demon attacking the Tinker, which doesn't really matter. Alright, so the Tinker survives easily, and it's over. That was much closer than I wanted it to be. I think if he'd gotten to do this again, we might have lost. I mean, if he'd done this, so if it hadn't been a reshuffle and we'd gotten the card that we were supposed to get there, I think we would have actually lost. It's kind of silly that he can... I mean, I really would think that... So the fact that he can heal himself anyway is one thing, but the fact that he can just chain invisibility is kind of silly. Yeah, it's just... It creates way too much variance, right? If the boss just keeps going invisible, I mean, which obviously realistically can only happen so many times, but even just like 2 or 3 invisibles in a row can just make you feel really dumb. I mean, like, just make the scenario kind of unfun. So we got pretty fortunate there, I would say, that he only did it once. I mean, we're kind of a boss killing machine party, and we still could have almost lost the scenario. So that's saying something, especially with only on +2 difficulty. Woof. And for this very annoying and difficult scenario, we get an incredible reward of 10 experience each. Yes! I guess we should have technically gained experience with the Tinker on that last turn, but oh well. All right, so let's tabulate everything up. So 16 plus 5 is 21 plus 10, so 31 experience. I don't think it would have mattered. I think we'll always level up after the next scenario. As long as we gain 4 experience, basically. Oh no, but the Tinker retires. So what do I care about that? Yep. Okay. Beautiful. So we've got a little bit of time. Hold on. I just have to... Yeah, I mean, that's correct. Although you execute... I mean, yeah. It's a little bit messy still, though. So it was kind of stupid to not pick up any coins on the scenario in which we're retiring. What? What? Oh man, I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Oh dear God. And cultist just summoned 2 turns. Welcome to TTS, Korish. I am very dumb. I mean, I guess I wasn't considering that I was going to retire going in, but I still... It's just the 2 check marks, the perfection of just getting the perk exactly was too tempting. But yeah. This was dumb. Well, let's just keep all his cards piled up there. We're gonna have to do some enhancements. Yeah, that sounds about right, Korish. That's the nature of the RNG summoning mechanics, I suppose, in Gloomhaven, unfortunately. Okay, so let's finish cleaning up here. Let's get all our people off the board. So we completed 81 successfully. I mean, I know the real reward for 81 is the chest, which I guess that's fine. So we did actually get the item right. It wasn't just the design, or was it just the design? No, we gained it. All right. So obviously we're gonna sell that. The Scoundrel. Are we actually? I mean, theoretically, the Mindthief could use his potion to create light, since we can. We don't create dark that easily. Well, let's hang on to it for now. We'll see. Let's just hang on to that over here. So we don't need to do anything over here except to give them money, which we didn't get any money. So yeah. So these treasure chests can be deleted. So here, these are worth 5 each, so 30 gold. All right. And then over here, 15 gold. And then, yeah, I mean, we easily, 18 plus 10 plus 16. We made it to 500. All right. And we did gain a check mark, right? No, we never killed the elite because we were idiots. All right. The Mindthief, however, gained a check mark. I guess, like I said, it doesn't really matter. We're probably retiring both of them next time. But sure, check mark there, no check mark here. So first, let's do the Scoundrel level up. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. I actually have to call Jessica to let her know that they can come back. Well, that I'm done. We'll be able to start cooking. All right, be right back. Oops, I accidentally changed the volume of my voice when I was trying to unmute. Let me know if how the volume is, if it's still fine. I think it's around where it was before. I'm not sure if it's too loud or too quiet. Anyone can let me know. I'm just going to quickly start going through this level up stuff. All right, so first of all, we get a perk. So we'll take, oh man, those more rolling modifiers feel so bad, but it's still correct to take these. All right, we'll take 2 more rolling +1s. To our deck. We didn't have anything special in any of our decks here, no. Reset that. Is the volume fine? Anyone? Reset this. This doesn't matter. Reset this. This goes up to 20. This goes over here. All right. So then we get to choose a card. So we have our level 9 cards. All right. So, despite some people arguing, summons are, in my opinion, the biggest threat from Goldus. Yeah, for sure. So Watch It Burn is an interesting build. Who knows? I might even try this at some point for the Scoundrel, but I mean, it requires 2 persistent losses to be played at the beginning of the scenario on a class of 9 cards. It's difficult to get away with, let's say at the very least. And even then, the question of just how effective the build is, it's kind of an awkward build because you get bonus attack attacking things with poison, but all your attacks poison and wound, so it has diminishing returns. I mean, it's also worse to attack the same targets over and over again. Otherwise, you can just spread poison and wound to everything, but then you don't really kill anything. I don't know. It's kind of a weird build. I think it's maybe okay, but the biggest problem, of course, is that Long Con, as we kind of all agreed upon in chat, is actually the best, the single best card of all the level 9 class, all the starting classes. The best level 9 card of the starting classes, and I think we can safely say the best card of any of the starting classes. I would say it's stronger than the Mind's Weakness or Reviving Ether. So yeah. It turns out it has a bottom too. I'm just going to forget what it does again because this top is absurd. Attack for AoE non-loss for many classes would be, I guess, an acceptable level 9 card. Like the Brute could literally have this card without the disarm line as level 9, and it would be better than either of his level 9 cards, right? Easily. And it has disarm. Not poison or muddle. Disarm. Hard CC. Yeah. All right, so long con it is, and goodbye, Watch It Burn. So we'll end up fitting this into our deck. Our deck is going to change a bit depending on whether we're doing bosses or not, so we'll just set this over here with our other 9 cards. All right, beautiful. So now we're just going to do the Tinkerer's Retirement, and then that will be the end for today. So let's go through and do that. So the first thing we get to do, well, let's make sure we do all the correct things. So let's put his card in. That's the easiest one to forget. So it's 43. So we need to do 43 from here and here. Okay. So to chat, let me just post a poll real quick. Hold on. Let me do this. All right, let's go straw poll. All right. Sorry, just creating this poll really quick. All right, so we're gonna, there are 2 options. Oops, put them in the wrong places. What to do next? I'm just gonna ask this now because it's better if I can actually have the answer before I start streaming next time so I can set up appropriately. So we're creating a poll about what we're gonna do with our party going forward. I know there aren't a ton of people in chat now, but this is just in order to be fair to anyone who's still here. And I'll probably give a little bit of time at the beginning of the next stream also to give people's opinions. So it's just, this gives me, while we're wrapping up here for the next 10 minutes, anyone who's watching is welcome to vote. So it's going to be just whether, so we're retiring the Tinker now, so we have 2 options. We can either immediately swap the Tinker out for one of our unlockable classes, or we can just play 2-handed with just the Mindthief and then the Scoundrel for 1 more scenario, and then start a new party based on that. to be clear, we'll most likely be playing two-handed no matter what. So the class we swap in for the Tinker will then have one class added to it when we retire both of them, if we do it that way. I'm open to either. Obviously, both of them are fine. I like playing two-handed. I'm going to play two-handed anyway, so I don't mind playing one scenario three-handed. So it's really up to all of you. All right, so we swapped in his cards. So I'm just leaving this vote up for now, and then I'll add to it a little bit when we start this scenario or this campaign again. Which again, for anyone who's gonna head out, to be clear, we're not streaming tomorrow as it is Christmas. On Thursday, it will be custom class testing with Themris, and then this coming weekend as well. Let's see. So yeah, oof, it's the 31st. I'm not even sure. All right, I guess Saturday just gets so few viewers. I haven't announced this to everyone. No, I think we'll try streaming. I don't know if we'll stream on the 31st. Ugh. Well, I'll let people know on Thursday. No, because I guess I need to let people know. Um, I'll stream no matter what on the 31st, on Monday the 31st, and then on Tuesday the 1st. Certainly on Tuesday the 1st, it'll be a full stream. On Monday the 31st, it'll most likely be a short stream again. But that'll be the next time we get into this campaign. So the votes will affect then. All right. Anyway, let's start clearing the Tinker up. So how much gold do we have here? We'll just move them all aside. So 60, 100, 130, 140, 160, 180, 200, 240. All right, let's count again to make sure. 30, 60, 100, 110, 140, 180, 220, 230, 260. Yep. All right, beautiful. So we're just going to move all these up there for now. All right, so 260, which is 130 gold. So that puts us at 158 gold. All right, so this is 158 gold to do enhancements with. So how are we going to do that? Let's grab our Tinker model and put it up over here. All right, so what are our good options for 158 gold enhancement? All right, so let's look at the cards that might enhance. Never that, maybe that. Well, it's probably too expensive. Never that, maybe that. I mean, this could be tempting because it's an attack we keep, but it only increases range, so certainly not that. I mean, I guess we can keep it alongside just in case we have a little bit of extra gold to throw away, maybe. This would be nice, but I don't think we can ever afford anything here. No, minimum 150 here, so no. Stun shot, there's no point in enhancing the bottom, and +1 range in the top just isn't remotely worth the cost at this point, so that's a no. I think this is too expensive, right? It's 125 minimum. Yeah, no. No way. Maybe. Well, we could potentially put a jump, so maybe. This is too expensive and not worth. And these are all cards that we didn't end up keeping that long, but can maybe be changed with better enhancements. Ooh, that's kind of interesting as well, I guess. Be nice to have the choice, at least on the poison card. Yeah, it would be. To be honest, I think that card should certainly be, you should be able to enhance the attack line, right? It's kind of silly that you can't. So this is only garbage for enhancements. We only enhance the range and the pull. This is just a worse heal than our other one, other level one, so we're definitely not doing that. Just a move, which we have better choices. Enhancement field, the top, putting like +1 on the attack to give the class a better attack. I guess that's a consideration. I don't think so though. I think if you play enhancement, I mean, enhancement field doesn't scale very well at the top. I mean, it's fine, but really, if you're going to end up bringing enhancement field later on in Tinker's life, it's going to be for the bottom because of your party composition. So, and you can't enhance the bottom here. No. Yeah, none of these. We could put +1 shield there, which would make the bottom flamethrower kind of interesting, but it's just like much more difficult version to use of some other cards we already have. All right, so it's probably these, right? So we can put nothing on the disarm line, unfortunately. We could put +1 move on disintegration beam, which would somewhat remove the need for boots to some extent, I suppose. So that's an option. Interestingly enough, we could put something on the immobilized line here, but that's also hard to use. Yeah, I actually don't think we're ever getting anything here, to be honest. The immobilized just doesn't come up that much because you don't start your turn next to enemies that often as the Tinker. It's not really ideal, and putting +1 move here doesn't really change anything. 2 movement's already enough, so actually that's just not happening. Well, again, this is just a throwaway in case, so we'll hold that on the side. I'm gonna guess no, +1 move is never going there. So Reviving Shock is interesting. +1 target is definitely not it, but we could I mean, it could have like Curse or Wound. Probably not Wound because we already apply Wound with Stun Shot. Could have +1 attack. This could give some decent amount of damage, and that would only be 100 gold. Then we could still afford to enhance something else as well. Okay, so that's interesting. So either our heals can have, I mean, so definitely not the move here. Either of these heals could have something on them. Definitely not range from Restorative Mist. The best thing I think to put on heals like this, I mean, it can be +1 or it can be Bless. +1 heal, how much gold is that? I think it's only 30 gold, right? Yeah, it is only 30 gold. So that's kind of interesting. We could put Jump on the bottom of Ink Bomb. The Tinker does really want one source of Jump. I think putting it on the bottom of Ink Bomb is pretty reasonable. Problem is, you often use Ink Bomb in the beginning of a scenario. At least at low levels. Later on, it matters. It's a little bit different. And then here, it's kind of the same thing. We could put, I mean, we could put Strengthen on this. That's kind of interesting because then you can use it as a, I mean, goggles on yourself or Strengthen allies, which is kind of okay. Problem is initiative. This plus any of your AoEs is just too late. All right. So what's the best option here? Anyone in chat have opinions? I'm leaning towards Reviving Shock. Reviving Shock probably has the most potential of any of your cards, and being able to put something on it. So 2-target Curse is probably, well, 2-target Curse is actually kind of interesting, right? It's supporty. It doesn't give you more damage, which is the thing you're kind of lacking. Definitely not Poison or Wound, because we already apply those. So yeah, it would basically come down to Curse or +1. +1 is also kind of tempting. Giving us 6 damage on this card is also really nice. And guarantees will always keep this. And then with the 50 remaining gold, then we could put Jump on Ink Bomb's bottom. That seems like a pretty nice pair. What else could we do with 50 gold? So we couldn't put Bless on any of these. We could put +1 heal. Yeah, this is kind of silly, right? Hold on. Doesn't Cthulhu have... Let me see something real quick. I got to check something. Yeah, that's so dumb. That is just dumb, right? Yeah, I thought it did. That is dumb. That is, yeah, all right. I think that is really silly. I mean, the other class is just so much better than this class to begin with. Yeah, this just feels completely unfair. Either neither should have it or both should have it. Absolutely. That seems so arbitrary. I mean, I guess the argument is that this can be more powerful because you can compare it with potent potables, but nah, this should definitely have a dot. If it did, whoo, yeah. I mean, it's still expensive too, right? Anyway, so I'm leaning towards this right now. Otherwise, it's like Strengthen and maybe for what for more 75. So we could do like Strengthen and Bless on the 2 heals. No, I prefer just to make the attacks better, I think, and to give a jump. Not having a jump is really painful. All right, let's do it. So jump is 50 gold, and +1 attack here will be 100 gold, if I'm not mistaken. So attack is 50, doubled for multi-target, level 1, so 100, and jump is 50. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so +1 there, and jump here. Jump slightly larger. I think that looks pretty good. All right, I like it. I got a significantly improved Tinker now. So let's gather up all the Tinker's cards. Not in any specific order. Just like to keep things as a mess. Should be 31. Yep, there are 31. All right. So put the Tinker up here to join our pantheon of retired mercenaries. And so we unlock triangles or Triforce. Beautiful. I'll check that poll in just a second, right before we log off. All right, so we've got to add, this is to player 1's lineage. Tinker, Ruxin, level 8. Killing it on those level 8 retirements, huh? Yeah, we haven't played triangles yet on either campaign, so I'm sure Themerus will be cheering for that. Although again, considering my opinion of triangles, which is that such wasted potential, I'm not sure if Themerus actually wants to see me play it. All right. So let's see here. All right. So that's done. We can delete all these things down here. So this needs to go up there. Oh yeah, there's our pile. Perfect. These can both be deleted. So delete you, delete you, delete you. Delete this deck as well. Copy a new deck in there. Probably need to make a few additional copies of decks just in case that we don't accidentally delete all our decks. All right, so that's it. So let's just check that poll real quick. And I mean, this is just for reference for now to see what people said, which way they prefer. I don't know. We probably don't have too many votes. All right, bring in the third immediately. Just Mindthief and Scoundrel. I'll note these down for now. So 2 votes. Third, 1 vote. 2. All right. So, yep. I'll ask that poll again on Monday, and that'll determine what we do. So, like I said, we'll be streaming. The next time we stream will be on Thursday. It'll be custom class testing. We won't be streaming over the weekend. It's just the holidays. It's difficult. Monday, but I will use this coming weekend to get the last of the VODs up. I've uploaded a bunch of them. I just have to actually like categorize them and publish them, and then we should have most of the VODs on YouTube. And yeah, on the coming Monday will be the next time we continue the real campaign. So Monday the 31st, which will be a short stream again, and then on the 1st we'll get back to our regular streaming schedule. Thank you very much to everyone who tuned in. Have a lovely Christmas/holidays. If I don't see you on the 31st or for the custom class testing, have a happy new year as well. And otherwise, take care. Thank you very much.